of pearl and green. Fire burning hearts in darkest places. There's never been a better time to feel alive. I found no way, we're past the lines where truth won't lie. Life is waiting on the other side. Follow me into the underground. Watch the world changing as the sun goes down. Follow me into the underground. Whoa, follow me into the underground. Follow me into the life is waiting on the other side.
Welcome everyone to the UNSW Esports Twitch channel, where this afternoon we'll be hosting the grand finale of the Rainbow Six Casual League tournament. I'm your host and caster, Com, and I'm joined with me today by my fellow casters Jack and Lance, with Pinata as the observer for the matches. So give them a round of applause at your seats at home. For the new people that just tuned in, Rainbow Six Casual League is a tournament hosted by the UNSW Esports Club, where UNSW students and leftovers from other unis are banded together to form teams and compete with each other till one team is crowned the Casual League champion for the term. Teams have already played together against each other in the group stages in a best-of-1 map round-robin format, where the top two teams playing today have demonstrated their supremacy above the others. The grand final will involve a best-of-5 series, where the first team to take home 3 maps will be rewarded the chicken dinner. Each map will follow a first-to-5 round win format, with 3 rounds of overtime with siege ranked settings. This means teams may pick and ban operators and choose their defending side as per the ranked rule set in Siege. Because there are potentially 5 maps being played from the map pool, teams will be limited in their bans and will be more likely to face against maps that they probably hate. And it can see a lot of hiccups, and it will be very enjoying to watch.
Yeah,
Now, with
house
all that
anyone?
boring stuff out of the way, let's get started at looking at the players on offer tonight. And the first team we're going to be looking at is the Sadge Joes. Sadge Joes sweep through the rounds, except only losing once to Green Wombats, who they'll be rematching against tonight in the grand final. So they have some amazing players and some very interesting players. And I want to take a particular look at 2 players on their team. We can see here Collateral Kai with the TKC4 as shown here on the screen. I think it's pretty cool seeing your kill there. 2KC4, pretty good, right? Except it's the teammate, which is very unfortunate. And I hope Kai here will improve uh, his kill count, maybe getting 2 teammates this time tonight. And finally, we have Dragrin here with a failed bandit trick, being disintegrated. I call him the disintegrated Dragrin. If only Dragon had the AORUS H1 headset, which might help him be able to listen better and hear better, so the next time he will have a successful bandit trick where he won't be showed on stream getting blown sky high. Now, for the second team, is the Green Wombat. They sweep the group stages, absolutely demolishing everyone, not losing a single game. And they also have very great players. First of all, we have Zero Aim Zexy with an amazing whiff of the sentry onto the ace, absolutely missing every single shot he takes. That is very disappointing. And then we have the Nyum Nyum Machiavelli, who plays the Amaru flank, going up the canal window to flank onto the sky bridge, getting the kill. And finally, we have Hemlock, Hibbity Hobbity Hemlock, absolutely doing some great gymnastics, vaulting over the wall to avoid the grenade and being flushed up by the Sledge, who is unable to get the final kill and saving the round for Hemlock's team. And with that out of the way, these are some great players on for display tonight. I didn't mention the rest because they probably didn't do anything. I don't think they got any kills at all. I don't believe they're the top fraggers of the team at all. So make sure you watch tonight for the players I've mentioned. And with that out of the way, let's get some insight from our fellow casters and analysts, Jack and Lance, on what they think is going to be on display tonight.
I think first of all, we're going to be seeing some great memes. Both teams are, have some of our veteran players from AEL, so definitely some great members here on display. So we'll see some great strategies, but also I think a bit of a meme. Some of these players are known for unconventional strategies, to say the least. I remember going shotgun prone with Med on a theme park, so who knows? Maybe we'll see that here as well. But these players are definitely ready for this. What about maps? Do you think we'll be seeing any particular preference towards certain maps?
Well, I know that the Green Wombats are a very unpredictable team. They've had very interesting results across the whole board. They've gone 5-2 in some situations where they've kind of should have maybe been a bit closer, and they've gone 5-0 in some situations where you'd think that maybe the other team could have stood a bit more chance. So I think that the Green Wombats are going to be that team that kind of takes a few more risks, really chooses those out there maps. So in our map pool for tonight, we've got all the ranked maps and also some very interesting maps like House, like Canal, for example, which you actually saw in the clip earlier. So I definitely could see them pick those a little more out there maps. Sadge, they're a bit more of a structured team. They've got some very old players, I guess you could say, almost a boomer team. But of course, unfortunately, you're not on that team, Lance.
No,
So-
I wish I was, but I like talking about the game more than playing it these days because slow reaction times and all that.
Yeah. Do you think they'd be more likely to pick some of these older standard maps?
Yeah, I think maps like Clubhouse will really benefit both these teams being so coordinated and also having played together very well for a long time. Like you mentioned, they have played together as a standard team. And looking at the players, for example, on Sadge, Waxy, Kaya, Brian all play on the same team for AEL. And same with Green Wombats. Med, Grim, Snacks, they all play on the same team as well. So there's already going to be a lot of chemistry and coordination among them. So maps such as more technical maps like Clubhouse, like even Oregon, which really requires very precise attack, I think those will really favor them as well. In terms of frag heavy, I would have to say that Sadge Joe with Rudy and Dragman, both very proficient fraggers, entry fraggers, they would benefit more to that play style. So if we look at Coastline, if we do see Coastline in this particular matchup, Sadge Joe would benefit more from Coastline. Having said that, we do know that Sadge Joe did lose to Green Wombats earlier on in those group state in the round robin. And if I check the score, I believe it was.
It looks to be 5-2.
I
Let me
believe
have
they
a
did play Villa, so maybe Sajos would either want a nice rematch on Villa or they would want to avoid Villa altogether.
Villa's a classic though. Everyone knows how to attack and defend Villa these days. It's definitely a map that both teams would be very good at playing. So a rematch on that map would be great. But once again, remember, we have a best of 5 on our hands here. So definitely a lot of maps for these teams to choose and not really a lot of maps to ban. So there might be a little bit lost for choice here. They might have to play some of these maps they're not too familiar with.
My only concern with unfamiliar maps is that I don't think we know the callouts ourselves, so it will definitely be a much more interesting game to watch.
Look, it's on ping. It's on my
He's on
body.
ping over there. Everyone's favorite call
He's on
out
ping
over
4,
there.
bro. Ping 4.
Bro. Can't you see
Everyone
it?
knows that the
It's
ping
in front of
was
you.
both a curse and a blessing. Everyone loves being able to ping and use a number, but now call outs are just have devolved to the point where it's just he's on ping 4, bro. Ping 4. Of course, that could
I
be
do have
anywhere
some
on the map.
concern that maybe the teams will fall apart by the end of the 5 games. I did sense from insider sources that Snacks was quite annoyed at the loadouts that Michael has previously picked, such as the shotgun Oryx play, and from insider info, Snacks is not very happy. And with 5 games on the line instead of just one map, I'm very concerned for the mental well-being of some of the players on board. And our budget did not include any psychological trauma or insurance being covered for that. So I do wish the best for the players tonight.
Definitely.
Or maybe they'll have to sort out some of this trauma with some good memes. Maybe that is the only way to deal with this. But we can see that. Oh, I think we have a list of the map bans coming out now. We will be seeing the pool that we can choose from is Border, Coastline Consulate, House, Oregon Theme Park, and Villa. All of these are Pro League maps, save for House. House is the real wild card left in here. So will we be seeing a house matchup? It's, the OG map of Siege, the map that everyone knows. I can't say I'm a huge fan of it now that they've reworked it and changed it up. Everyone remembers running T hunts on that very first house on that,
Yes,
on those
it's not the same
situations.
anymore.
Yeah, it's just not the same. It's not home.
I just want House to be like House.
I just want house. Boys only
But
want one
if
thing.
House
I
were
just
to
want
be
house back.
picked, I would be very excited if House was to be picked because I think there can be much more wacky plays since House is such a small map, much smaller than Coastline. I feel like they could easily send it and get some great clips going. Maybe some 20-second metas where they die in the first 20 seconds. That would be very fun to watch. Yeah, definitely. Especially since I haven't played this game since it was the new patch. I'd be very excited to see Border on the casting stage rather than the in-game stage.
Yeah, I haven't touched Border either. I've been a little scared of it. So same with Skyscraper last season. Actually, I didn't actually play Skyscraper at all, save for maybe 1 or 2 casual games. So who knows? Theme park for me, I think, is a big one. Theme Park, as we know, was recently removed from the Pro League pool in favor of Chalet, but
Oh, and it's
Villa. Oh, I think we're all excited because it will be Villa. We are going back to Villa from Green Wombats. I believe this is the map they took down Sadge Joe 5-2. So definitely a great pick for them. They want to be playing on those strengths. They have that confidence as well. Oregon will be our second pick coming out from Sadge Joe. Again, they are a very coordinated team. And with a map like Oregon, which requires very precise attacks, lots of work to be done, it will benefit Oregon. It will benefit that team in particular.
the only person that Oregon does not benefit is the observer, with potentially 5 floors to go up and down on.
Yeah, everyone loves looking at old mate, all the
Oh
old
no,
power.
and old mate theme park got banned. None of the players enjoy it at all. This is very unfortunate. I did hope a theme park might come out because it is still relatively new, but a lot of teams like to avoid it, as we see tonight.
So now that theme park is out, I think we've got house, consulate, coastline, border. So I wonder what the next ban is. Will our teams choose to play more professionally? Well, professionally is of course a relative term. Will they choose to take out house, or will it be maybe border, one of the newer maps that players just aren't familiar with, that will be removed? Consulate, coastline. I feel like I know that Med really dislikes coastline from Green Wombats, so I can see that being the next ban. But it does leave on border, consulate, and house still in play. I know also that Green Wombats favor consulate. Med is famous
Oh
for that
no,
hell.
house has
But
been taken
it will
out,
be house.
Lance.
Yes, looks like I managed to call it. House will be taken out by Sadge Joe, so we will not be seeing this particular map.
I
It
am
will
indeed a
be
Joe that is such today, Lance, as house.
all Pro League maps, as we all know. Green Wombats will be bringing out border as well. I think that's the next pick. Interesting, they didn't take consulate, which I really would have thought. And now we wait for Sadge Joe to respond for their next pick.
I reckon Max likes to play a more tactical and strategic maps, and I think Coastline is not the style for him since it's fairly frag heavy. And indeed, my guess was on the mark, as Consulate is picked up by the Sadge Joes. Definitely not as interesting map bans I would have liked. I wish that they did go for the wildcard choices like House and even Theme Park. At least Border has been picked up, so that is a reworked or newer map for our viewers tonight. And the defense and attacking sides are picked by each side, with Philip attack by the Green Wombats, with the defense by the Sadge Joes, and Oregon attacked by Sadge Joes. And they're also attacking on Consulate as well, while Green Wombats are defending on the Consulate and Oregon. Now I'm just wondering which map is being played first.
What is
Believe
our
it.
pick order? It
I
should be
think
Villa, right?
I remember it was Villa by Green
Yes.
Wombats. So we will be seeing Green Wombats take on Sadge Joe on Villa. A grudge match, if you will, the only map that was played between them in the group stages. So will it be a repeat of what we saw, or will it be a reverse sweep even? Or will it be a nail-biting toe-to-toe match that is definitely worthy of these two giants of our... Okay, I don't know. I don't know if I'd say giants.
The great ants of the Oceania League, right here
Yeah.
today. I feel like if the Sadge Joes can take home Villa, this will be a great morale boost. But if they do lose, this could be very unfortunate, since it might set the tone for the remaining maps. But I hope that this will be taken to 5 maps, and it will be an interesting finale for the viewers tonight. And
You
I'm
do
wondering.
realize it's only 3 o'clock, right?
Oh, look, I am a night owl. I start early into the night. Yes.
Well, we're just waiting for Panada, our observer, to give us the go-ahead. We are still waiting for a few players.
I
Who-
believe a few players are still busy tea hunting, trying to increase whatever skill they can muster up. Maybe get 1 XP with a chance to level up their aim.
Yeah,
Put some more skill
flex.
points.
You gotta flex, man. Look at me. I'm level 300. I'm nowhere close to
Exactly.
400.
Exactly.
How many
I'm
maps do you how many maps do you think this series is gonna go to? We've got a whole best of 5, but if our teams don't show up, it might be over quick.
I say 4. That's my guess. I'm gonna say 4 maps. I reckon
4
a
maps.
3-1. 3-1.
You know, I'm optimistic. I reckon it will be 3-2, and Sadge Joe will take home the Viceroy, as Maxwell Walton Jones would foresee. The great Maxwell Art of War book on sale now for 19.99.
Oh, that's a real bargain.
Well, I'm definitely predicting that this series is gonna go the whole distance, at least 4 or 5 maps, I think. Lots of overtimes, in my opinion, as well. This should be a very close games. We've had both these teams show up greatly in their group stages, pretty much rolling most of the other teams in the tournament. So, if Sadge is able to kind of find some of these more interesting strategies, maybe pull out some um, of some hidden strategies actually, and kind of trick the Green Wombats, we could be seeing a great game here.
Well, we're still waiting. It looks like players from Green Wombats have started disappearing. Maybe some internet issues going on here. I think they really need to get this together. Guys, where is everyone?
Indeed, the NBN is not functioning properly for anyone tonight. I am hopeful that the game will be starting. But unfortunately, it seems that my time is up. I'm not being paid enough to talk more. So I will go to my Genshin Impact for some gacha experiences while I watch an amazing drama tonight. And I'll take it away with Jack and Lance to keep the show going.
Alright, and the caster panel it is, and we are your casters. This is Lance and Jack, and we are bringing you the first game of Sadge versus Green Wombats on Villa. Sadge, I believe, is, let me double check. Uh-oh. Green Wombat. So Sadge, I think, will be defending first, I believe. Yes, words. Words to talk about.
Indeed.
It's all about the words. That's all casting is about, words. Okay, just keep uttering words, and hopefully people will keep listening. But what do you think? How do you think this Villa map will play out? Do you think we'll see any unusual strategies, or will it be much the same?
Well, seeing as this is a rematch of our legendary group stages game, I think that Sadge are gonna bring everything out on this map. They've got a lot to prove, and they're definitely not gonna hold anything back. So I'm expecting a lot of aggressive plays, a lot of interesting strategies being run by them. On the other side, we've got Green Wombats, ever so consistent. They've won this map several times in the group stages, actually. I believe picking it twice. So they've certainly got a lot of backbone in terms of their defenses and their attackers stages. Now, I'm actually a lot more interested about the other maps that we're going to. So unfortunately, we've lost both our interesting maps of House and Theme Park. So we'll be back to a standard rotation of Border, Coastline, Consulate, Oregon, and Villa. But you may not have heard me because of some mic troubles, but I was just gonna say, Border is definitely gonna be a very interesting map. I'm not 100% sure which order we're playing it. I believe it's gonna be played.
Third map. So Oregon will be next, and then Border.
Yeah, so we'll definitely see Oregon and Border actually, as Border's our third map being picked here. So I really will want to see these two teams duke it out on Border. Very interesting map. After its rework, they've fixed a lot of the problems. They've made a few more problems by spawning drones in AC units, but we don't worry about that. Hopefully none of our contestants get their drones stuck in that spot.
Oh well, they fixed it yesterday. Well, supposedly. Who knows? Who knows?
Well, you know what they mean when they fix it. They just mean make it less likely to occur. But I
True.
digress.
Yes, we're not allowed to trash talk Ubisoft here.
No.
That's apparently not allowed, but we can trash talk some of these teams. I think Green Wombats actually missing a player at the moment, so we're allowed to talk about that particular player. I don't think we're going to be going into it with 4 players. That would be a rather awkward disadvantage.
No, unfortunately, but they might have to if they delay this for any longer. Yeah, let's talk about the side pick here. So we've got Sadge picking defense on Villa. Do you think defense will be any good here?
Well, Villa is usually more defender-sided in general. It is usually easier to attack than some of the newer maps because teams have just gone so used to it. And it's also a bit more forgiving. There's a lot more space for attackers to work with and breathe. They can entry in, for example, when you're going for that top floor takes, they can entry on the other side of the map and work their way across. So there's breathing space there, but there's also a lot of roaming space. And if, Sadge choose to use that roaming space, they can really hit the flanks of those attackers really hard. Nomad and gridlocks are usually must-brings here, unless you have really good communication and drone coordination where you can watch those flanks all the time. Problem is, of course, that takes an extra person to be always constantly flicking through those camps. So I think we will still be seeing a Nomad or a Gridlock at least. No way. Maybe a zero in substitute of that, but most likely, I think they'll definitely need to bring some of that dedicated flank watch.
Yeah. And I also think just starting defense is a little more comfortable. Might give Sadge a few more opportunities to kind of settle it in and really bring it to us as we just have our last player loading in here. We should be starting on the stream very soon. How are you enjoying the new season, Lance? How's the plays been like?
Look, I solo queued a couple of times, and I remember why I don't solo queue. Let's just put it that way.
You hate
Honestly,
to hear it.
the Flores drone hasn't been too bad for me. I guess mainly because people haven't started using it since it's still in the battle pass. A couple of days now, and then everyone will start playing it. It hasn't been too bad. It's it's not been as bad as I imagined it would be, since it's a very powerful tool, especially in coordinated teams. But it's all right, honestly. I haven't played the new border though, so I will be excited to see the new map and also learn some new callouts for it.
Yeah, for sure. As we do have our players loaded in here. Very last few moments as we wait for all our tech to get ready. I'm sure this is going to be a great game. Villa to be starting soon. And here we are. We're into our first map. Only 25 minutes late, so not the worst, but
good
better
news.
late than never is what they always say. Our band phase starting out, Sadge with the attacking bands first. What do you expect to see here?
Thatcher ban for sure. Everyone bans Thatcher no matter what you do, and I don't see why this would be any different. It just makes getting that study wall open a lot more difficult, and especially since Sadge is defending first. That's what you want to do. Okay, never mind. It's
Ooh.
Habana ban.
That's
That's very
interesting.
interesting. If anything,
Oh.
you would go for a ace ban. Habana is the long range breach opener, but ace I feel is more useful in terms of opening big walls. There's not that many hatches you need to be opening on this particular map, so I feel like an ace
Yeah.
ban would be better for this.
Having that ranged hard reach definitely very important. But Habana off the board is going to be a big deal. Maybe not so much for Villa, but could be one of the comfort picks of. I know Hemlock plays a lot of this operator, and also just not having that on the board is going to make it a little more difficult for it. As we have our first defender ban coming in Mirror, pretty standard ban and to be expected. But what do you think about this Ash ban? It's definitely targeted, I have to say.
Yeah, Ash is a strong operator, but I really don't understand why they have chosen this. maybe they're targeting Kai. I know Kai is a big fan of that Ash. Mira ban and Valkyrie bans are much more common, and I can definitely see why they've banned that Valkyrie against Green Wombats. I know Med quite enjoys playing that Valkyrie, so we will, of course, that is very common. However, we will be going into a brief pause as it appears we have lost yet another player. The internet is just not playing nice with us today.
No. I had a lot of internet troubles yesterday. I had to restart that damn router 3 times. Stream. Hopefully the stream stays up because I'm a little worried that at any moment it could drop, but fingers crossed NVN pulls through for us. What do you think of these first picks coming out?
Well, Med is, of course, on his very famous Sophia. That is one of his plays, apart from the Nomad, so that's to be expected. We will be seeing a Thatcher now that Thatcher is on the board and hasn't been banned out. And, of course, we have the Ace. So not too much of a problem that Hibana is gone. They do have the Ace to work with, and Zexy Rexy kind of taking some time to make up his mind, because, of course, he does have the time here. On defense, we do see both Grenade Denials, Kai and Buttnut Brian, playing the Wamai and Jaeger respectively. Malusi will be being brought by Dragon, so lots of stalling time there. And Rudy on his famous Bandit as well. I say famous because I still remember that clip that always gets shown in replays where he takes a 3v1 as Bandit and takes out all of us, including me. And, that's just
Man's
something
cracked
I remember.
in more ways than one.
Yes.
And it definitely cracked in if you think about it. But yes, pretty standard lineup coming from the defense. Definitely leaning heavy on that grenade denial. So maybe we see Smoke, Maxi playing the Smoke, bring that shield. You can use those ADSs and those Magnus to catch any grenades or explosives so that your shield doesn't go down. We're also having the Bandit. Bandit not seen too often anymore these days. His shocking boxes, generally you'd prefer a Kaid Claw because they're just smaller, but it's definitely still viable. 3 speed, got a great gun, so you can see why it's being brought here. Unfortunately, you have to listen to us a little bit more as we wait for this last player to rejoin, but trust me, we're hoping for the game to start as much as you guys are, so just bear with it, please.
And Zexy Rexy has indeed made up his mind now. He will be playing the Jackal. And as we mentioned earlier, Villa is a very roam-heavy map. It has lots of opportunities for roamers to really hit the flanks of the attackers. So Jackal will really make shutting them down a lot easier with those beat scans. He will be able to locate any roamers that have gotten too close and will be able to help flush them out, or at least know where they are and prevent that flank from coming up. So definitely a very powerful pick. He also brings smoke grenades, which are great for the executes. On Aviator, when you're going for that AV door, it's great to smoke off, say, the study door as well, so that you can go for the plant before, right next to that AV
Thank
door.
God.
But it will be Hemlock who has finally returned. Kai has made a joke about him being on USB, and it seems like Hemlock is none too happy about it. He will be bringing Sledge with the big hammer to maybe knock some sense into Kaya. He will be bringing that 1 set of frag grenades, but there are 2 sets of utility denial being brought from the defense. So there will be definitely lots of ways for the defenders to stop that and protect that shield, which is what I see the main focus is. So a lot of stalling from the defense, which is what you usually see on such a big map like this, and a lot of aggressive play as well. And Hemlock has disconnected again. It looks like he unplugged his USB. Maybe he plugged it in the wrong way. Well, I don't even know. I'm running out of things to talk about now. So how about this weather, huh, guys?
Hey, at least we're not in a flood anymore. Yeah, New South Wales had a bit of a rough time last week with the rain that just kept going on and on. Had to cancel a few road trips, unfortunately. Thanks, weather. But it looks like Hemlock is out once again.
Looks like Green Wombats are just not having a good day today. First, Zexy Rexy couldn't connect because it seems like his fuse broke. A circuit breaker tripped and he lost his internet. And now Hemlock looks like he has troubles with his USB. I don't know. Is this a foreshadowing, a sign, an omen even that Green Wombats will fall to Sadge Joe this particular time? Or is this maybe a good sign for Sadge Joe that even fate is with them? Technology has joined with them in their pursuit of victory in this casual league.
Yeah, well, that is unfortunate as we're just gonna get these technical issues sorted out. Stay with us. We'll be back after this very short break.
And it looks like we are finally back. It's been a bit of a meme, but anyway, game now going time to game, says Kai. And no.
Oh. Well, right as we were just about to say we're ready, but no, he's gone again. Why has it done that?
I think Hemlock will be taking a hammer to his internet after this, because that is the third time I believe he has disconnected. Well, actually, no, second. I don't know, but maybe, hopefully, third time's the charm, as he will be able to get back in. Looks like we are looking for a sub, perhaps, to replace Hemlock. Med, I think, has gotten a little sick of this, and he has actually switched to Blitz. He wants to speed things a little bit faster. It's been half an hour and we haven't been able to get a game in, guys.
Yeah. This
Ubisoft.
is
Okay, it's not really Ubisoft's fault here. It's just the internet.
well,
Australian
I don't
internet,
know,
guys.
I don't care whose fault it is, but this is seriously not the best. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Unfortunately, something's not quite working right with Hemlock's PC, so bit of a tilter on the Green Wombats side as they cannot stay connected in the lobby long enough to start.
Med now seems he's going through his options now, choosing maybe to play that Blackbeard. I guess this is what you have to do in order to win with 4 players, right? You got to bring out the Blackbeard. He has been nerfed recently, which honestly I'm very happy about. He was just annoying. But having said that, when a teammate brought him, it felt more like they weren't doing anything or contributing anything, and they were just looking for picks that they never actually got. So, who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, unfortunately, we're gonna have to cut to another short break. Hopefully, it is a short break, as we're gonna get these technical difficulties sorted out once and for all.
Okay, it looks like we are finally back. Sorry about that delay, but it looks like we will finally be starting our first game of the day. Villa on for Sadge versus Green Wombats. Sadge defending first, and Green Wombats will be attacking. Think hopefully they keep the same bands, but who cares if they switch it up now because this might as well be a different game at this point. Looks like our observer has kindly kept the bans and people are finally joining in, save for one
Oh.
particular player.
I'm
It
not
looks
liking
like
that blue square
yeah,
right there.
no. Please
Oh,
do not do
no.
this again. I'm not even gonna write this down now. I think Zexy has indeed called it. It is Grim time.
Well,
And
that
there we
is-
go. We caused
That's
it.
quite unfortunate.
Oh yeah. What
Mm,
is this game?
When I
What
said
is
this
this?
match was gonna go unexpectedly, I didn't mean like this.
Not like this. Not like this.
Not like this. Our team is just gonna get their sophistry in, so we can get this game on the road. What? Huh. Luckily, we've actually got a contingency here. While we wait for this game,
Do we have is it a contingency?
while we wait for this game to be ready once again, Con, why don't you hit us with the Scriblio?
It seems that you are in need of my services once again. So now we shall start some Scriblio with the desk hosts right here. And I will give everyone the link and we can start. How many rounds do you want, Jack?
However many you think it'll take.
Alright, I will set it to 4 rounds to be safe. Alright. And I'll give you guys the link and we can have some fun times.
Excellent. All right. So, welcome to Scriblio with the Rainbow Six team. How is everyone going?
This is competitive Scriblio, brought to you by UNSW Esports.
Jack, you joined the wrong round.
Oh, I have. What have I done that for?
Wait, how do you get to the wrong round? There's only one link.
I have no idea. Well, here we go.
You have to click my link in the Discord.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Let's
All 3 of
go.
us are in. Let's go.
I believe this is
Ooh, round
Jack,
one.
Jack gets the first pick.
What could it be?
is this
Oh shit!
Siege?
I'm watching a stream. I will stop watching your stream now.
Is this Siege themed?
Yes, it is only Siege
It's
characters.
moderately siege themed.
No,
This could
it's
be
only
anyone.
operators. Only operators.
This could be anyone.
It is not siege themed, by the way.
Oh really?
Oh.
Did it not work? No.
I have no idea, but see if you can get this.
Too good. I'm too good.
What? What?
Hey,
Well, it
good work,
did not work
everyone.
for me. Okay, well, that's okay.
All right, let's try. Hot.
Too easy.
Too easy.
Oh, in the bin.
My drawings are just too good.
I think you're missing Hemlock's internet.
uh,
Oh,
all right.
all
Well,
right.
luckily for you guys, you don't have to look at this Scriblio for much longer. We're gonna hop into the game very soon. But let's finish this round off. As yes, our teams are gonna be ready very soon, as they're just getting their substitute in. What is this?
That's Shrek.
Yeah.
What kind of cursed creation have you
It
created
is.
here?
He is quite fat.
That could be anyone here.
Oh,
And he's got some binoculars to watch the missile in the distance.
oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
A strong
And then he's got a nice red flag. This is the country he lives in.
Oh.
I see.
I don't remember what it looks like. Yes.
All right. Our game is gonna be ready. So sorry
Come
to
on,
cut you off,
lads.
guys.
Oh no, but my amazing
Ah, yes.
Picasso picture. How
There we
dare
are.
you?
I've got it. We did it.
Great round, guys. I am now going to take my leave.
It is time to go back to a real game, Siege. And in fact, yes, we have Grim.rg substituting for Hemlock. I actually had Grim written down from the start, so maybe this is a case of Caster's Curse.
Yeah, it often happens. As yes, casters seem to, whatever we say seems to happen or not happen. More often than not, the opposite of what we just say happens, and it can be a serious problem sometimes. Living with this caster's curse. But anyway, we're into our first exciting match of the day. Green Wombats versus the Sadge. Sorry for the wait, as all 10 players are finally ready, and we're heading straight into our first match here. Very similar lineup coming from the defense, and it doesn't seem like too much change. So Grim going on that sledge instead of Hemlock, and now yes, we are fully loaded in. Great. We're gonna see our first round crack off here.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
So this is a ranked style playlist, so there will be less rounds than usual, and there will also be points on as well. So this is not entirely full length Pro League, which is good for us because I'm not sure how I would fare casting that number of rounds. But it does mean that teams, they don't have as much rounds to work with on the one hand, because there are less rounds for them to retry. But it also is a little more forgiving for them because it means you don't have to be able to repeat and be as consistent. Having said that, you do need to get things right on the first try because there is no second chance here. You only get 3 rounds, I believe, on each path, so you do need to make it count every time.
Yeah, that's for sure. Defense is gonna really be taking this aggressively as Rudy Zoo just swings onto Michael. Michael did not expect that at all, as we say he's cracked in the pre-phase, but he's really proving his worth there. Already taking down 1 kill here. Attackers in a great disadvantage, losing their Thatcher even. So Rudy's gonna be destroying them in terms of just shooting them in the head, and also those bandit batteries that are gonna be placed on the wall. Now our defender setup consists a lot of this top mainstairs holders. You see these ADSs committed, and also this shield placed on the corner there, but not taking a little damage and not discounting, as Rudy Zoo is going to be picked off in the other side of the map. He was on the red stairs, but not going to be up there anymore.
Looks like Med and Grim are taking this fight from the other side, from that master bedroom side. Butnut will be challenging on this 90, holding this tight angle, but there are 2 players here. He has Maestro Cam to help him, just misses that swing as Med looks to push up and he doesn't quite see him. Med takes some heavy damage. Pre-fire is coming out now. Snacks on that window. Will he be able to take out Butnut? Snacks looking to open that window. Butnut's still there, but he's starting to look like he's going to fall back as attackers have pivoted over to this master bedroom side.
Yeah, a lot of that was a very quick rotate from the attacking side. They were in study, and then they decided, after losing their first pick, they don't want to go that way anymore. The Thatcher being lost was so detrimental to them. As a C4 coming up from the bottom as Dragon with the C4 pick onto Med. That's going to be their premier frag up off the board, as that's a huge pick on top of this already established advantage. Through that loss of the Thatcher, attackers are going to be needing to pull something out of the hat in order to bring it back.
Niggas going to be starting to open that vault wall, a very crucial wall to be opening here. Fortunately for them, no bandit batteries, so that will be a free pick, and that lets them cut the site in half. Butnut will be able to take 2 with the 2 brilliant headshots. He's doing heaps of damage. Grim is able to reflag 1, but that's diffused down, and with 30 seconds left on the clock, and Grim all by himself, he's going to have to take out 3 players in order to get onto that site. Pre-fire's coming out now as he does look to challenge this vault, but Butnut is close. Will he be able to get this frag? He does not. He's able to down him, but Waxy able to get the refrag. And that's the first round for Sadge Joe. A great start for them on this second floor aviator site.
Yeah, as I saw Buttnut just creeping down that corridor ever so slowly, I was sure he was gonna get shot in the side of the head, but no, they had no flank launch available to them in the form of that Nomad, that Gridlock, or just a drone looking down that corridor, and Buttnut being able to pick up two from that 90 corridor is a huge impact in the round, and definitely brings that round in for the Sadge Joe side, as um, just a little bit of lack of coordination there from the attackers, unfortunately. Not really sure of the flanks. 90 is obviously a very dangerous position to be in because you can get shot from so many directions, especially once that wall is open. But I definitely want to see a little bit more cleaner play in that respect.
I do have to congratulate them on that clean rotate early on in the
Attackers
round.
need to
They lost
locate
their
and
Thatcher
defuse
early
bombs.
on to Broody, and they decided, all right, we're not going to be able to open that study wall, so let's rotate over. And that was a very clean rotate as well. Med able to get that pick onto Rudy, and then quickly taking that those positions and adding pressure onto the 90 window. Just rather unfortunate that they weren't able to take out Buttnut, who was able to get those nice, clean 2 frags. So ultimately, some great play from Green Wombats in
10
terms of
seconds
their
remaining.
attacking strategy, but even better gunplay from Sadge Joe.
5 seconds to insertion.
Yeah, well, look at this double mute jam. Oh no, there's a mute jammer downstairs.
Attackers' objective is to
Wasn't
locate
there
a
just a
bomb and
mute jammer
defuse
there a
it.
second ago? I'm actually replacing that, choosing a different location for it. But let's hope that Rudy isn't able to get such an early pick. Michael gonna need to be a lot more careful there. It doesn't. You hate to see his head being taken off once again. Just starting off the start of the round, as that Thatcher is quite a useful operator, especially with this bandit and this mute here, as well as actually pretty much every single defender has a gadget that can be disabled by Thatcher right now. Talk about
Attackers dropped the
utility denial.
diffuser.
Well, that's unfortunate. Rudy in that closet, able to take out Snacks on the hard breach. That is not a player you want to be losing early on. I was a bit worried there for Snacks playing that entry as well, peeking those windows, and unfortunately, it has not paid off. A lot of attackers had been bunched
Attackers
around
recovered
this
the bomb diffuser.
master bedroom side, but looks like they're now pushing from the study side, which is usually more common. You want to clear out this map and get that map control so you have more room to work with. They do still have that
Attackers
Nomad
located a
on
bomb.
board, so they still can shut down some of those roams, but they will need to be careful as impact grenades can take out those Nomads, and if you're not careful and you're not listening, you can lose a player to that.
Yeah, it could be a very explosive end for any of the players here, as look, they're all standing on this very soft wooden floor, and Dragon is here with C4 ready. Oh, C4 comes out, and there goes Zexy. Zexy, another player on the Green Wombats side,
Attackers have
taken
dropped the
out by a C4 from underneath. You hate to see it, but it just shows there's a
Attackers have
lot of
recovered their
intel,
diffuser.
despite kind of the lack of gadgetry on the Sadge Joe team. They're just very skilled at picking up the intel. Ooh, what a shot coming from Butler, and Red takes that one. But it's going to be traded from Brian here, as he is playing safe in that master doorway. Pulls out the pistol. What's the style on some of his enemies? Peeks, unpeaks, and one shot, one tap, not hitting those as he pulls his 416 back out. Grimhauer with the pick onto the flanking Kaya, gonna be equalizing at least partly. Now 2-3. Ooh, nice C4 shot right out the air. Michael shows that he can hit C4s, maybe not heads, but at least he can shoot something. Now that he pushes really to the side, Grim here
Located.
pushing right in, but Dragon is going to be getting the best of him. As Hunt Knight, once again, pistol maybe not the best idea here, as now down to a 1v2, and oh, shotgun coming out as Michael is going to be finished off. Round started well for the defense, and they ended it with a nice shotgun.
I have to say, some of the key moments there were the early pick from Rudy onto that ace. That really denies a lot of wall opening, especially that master bedroom wall. It makes it very difficult to do anything if you can't open that wall. And I hope that Green Wombats will be a little more careful about who they get to play entry. Snacks is very used to playing entry, and putting him on the ace is a little bit dangerous because ace does carry that hard breach utility you really do need. Dragon able to pick up his second C4 kill. This has been a recurring theme. He's very great with those C4s, and I think Green Wombats need to be a little more careful about what they're standing on and watch those feet. It was very close to actually a double kill with that C4. Had that C4 being placed a little bit to the side as well. So definitely something to be worrying about. But we will be
Double
going
kill.
onto that first floor. First floor now. The dining
Defenders,
site.
protect your bombs from
Dining
being
kitchen.
defused by attackers.
Or if they didn't need to worry about C4s in the last site, they definitely do in this site. See, two of them being, or only one of them being brought actually, as we actually have that pulse 6 up, which is an interesting choice. I would have thought they'd keep it in order to scan upstairs for any of the attackers who may come from that direction, but that is indeed what we do not see. Instead, the Echo being brought, also Echo bring a lot of cameras, they put some on the top floor, but yes, dying to C4 is very unpleasant, as out of all the ways you can die, at least
Attackers
if
must
it's a
locate
gunfight,
and
it could
defuse the
at least
bomb.
it could be fair, but C4 you have no idea that a little block of plastic explosive just flying out under you or in front of you and then ending your whole career here. As yes, it does seem like the attackers are going to go for that top floor hold. Defenders are well prepared for it. They've hunkered down downstairs. They've got that C4 in case any of the attackers try to hit any of the floors above. And also they have Rudy Zoo on that flank in position to go, but not actually contesting in this trophy room.
Looks like they've actually
Oh no!
Button with a run out. Snacks, that is the second time he has become the opening casualty, and that's hard breach and diffuser down. Do not want something like
Yeah.
that. And that's a second time. I talked about it, Caster's Curse, and here we are again. Already a man down, 2 minutes in. And top floor hasn't even been taken yet. Very hard top floor hold with those triple walls reinforced. Grim able to take out Rudy, but there's still 2 players upstairs. Dragon looking play, bullet hole, gets taken out by a bullet himself, Med.
He
Through that
deserved
floor,
that.
but Butler is creeping up close. Able to get one, will he get a second? On the refrag is Med, able to take him out as well. And that's top floor control, seeded for the loss of 2 players. 3 players down from Sadge Joe. So that is not a great position, but there's still a lot of work to be done, a lot of control that needs to be transferred down. Waxy on that smoke and Kaya on the Echo, able to delay plays a lot. If there's any play operators that can slow down the plant, it will be them. Kaya, in fact, now going for an aggressive peek here, looking to work his way up these red stairs. A man down, I think they need to go for this extra aggressive play, but he does have the Echo drone, so I'm not sure how this is going to work out. Holding these angles now, as he's waiting for these players to come down the red stairs, but they're not watching. He might be able to get one, but this drone is coming up. No, just misses him. And I think he might be able to catch Michael. Oh, the shots come out. Michael's alerted, and he's taking this gunfight.
Oh no!
Grim. Oh no, that's not who you want to be hitting. Man advantage now lost. But no, hits him with the lol, lets him know that that was indeed a funny poggers moment, as some kids would say. Med now playing vertical as well, looking to flash out these last 2 defenders, so they've got 40 seconds to work with.
Michael a little bit tilted here. He's been spawn peeked on the first round, and now he shoots his teammate. However, he's able to take down the Echo drone, so very good very good eyes on his part. Now he's walking in, he's hit by the Banshee. He needs to find the smoke player. No, it's actually the Kai on the Echo going to take him down. And now Kai swings and takes out his second kill after getting a team kill on the attacking team. He's gonna be finishing this round with the last 2 kills of the attackers running into that door. Oh no, you hate to see it. They had a huge advantage, but threw it away from so many unfortunate circumstances.
That was rather interesting, aggressive Echo play. He flanked up those red stairs and managed to get a kill. Not quite the way he expected, but a kill's a kill. He able to take out the sledge, and that would alleviate a lot of top pressure as well for that defending team. So definitely well worth that trade. And then, of course, able to clean up that last attacker right at the end by hiding behind that bomb chassis on that dining site. Of course, it was a bit of a back and forth there. It was going well for Green, I have to say, for Sadge Joe early on, able to get that early frag onto Snacks, but unfortunately they did lose 3 players up on that top floor hold and gave enough time for the attackers to kind of work
Attackers need to
their
locate
way
and defuse
down
bombs.
onto that bottom floor site. But of course, rather unfortunately, it was evened out by that team kill from Michael Project Rim, so any advantage there was lost and turned back into a 2v2. However, overall not too bad. The attack despite that hard hold on the top floor, we did see the the reinforcements on that triple wall and 3 players actually playing on that top floor. The clear wasn't too bad. They lost 2 to 3 to the 3 players
seconds
falling
to
from
insertion.
Sadge show, so not a bad trade. Definitely could have been winnable had
5
they not
seconds left before insertion.
met their untimely demise with a bullet from a friendly
Attackers' objective
teammate.
is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Yeah, well, you say they could have. I would have actually gave them a huge advantage in their situation, as having 3 on the top floor, also being able to do so much soft destruction can give you a lot of angles into the site and get you those picks. But what's done is done. Defenders have completed a full 3-round rotation, and now they can go back onto their first site, which was Aviator and Games. Attackers gonna need a little bit of a different approach when it comes to attacking the site from last time. Remember, they initially went for the study, as it looks like this is what they're doing now. 2 players here. Michael droning in a bit of a dangerous spot here. Hopefully he doesn't get picked off like he did last round. And also, received take coming from the other side of the map as well.
Sexy Rex, he's solo pushing from that basement, hoping to cut off any defenders, while the rest of the focus does seem to be actually quite spread out. 3 players on that master bedroom side, actually coming in from the ground floor, and 2 players in that study, whereas the defenders are quite, I would say, anchored near site. 3 on site, 1 on red stairs and 1 on those main stairs. So cutting off some of those stairways, making sure players can't come up. And of course, Butner on that 90 area as well to lock down both sides. Dragon also looking for any players coming from the bottom floor, which is an interesting take, I have to say, from the attackers. Not usually the preferred method of entry.
A
Usually
bomb has
players
been located.
like to go through from that 2nd floor. I'm going to guess it's a result of trying to get rid of those C4 players. Med looking to do that just right now with his bullets, unable to catch any, and there's one actually prone if he's not careful. He could lose his life there. Loses some damage from the floor. However, Button Up will be able to take out Grim, as Grim is able to take out Rudy, leaving both teams on 4 players, and that wall, study wall, finally gets open. Snacks actually not being the opening death this time.
Look at this though. The whole bomb site actually is completely clear of any of defenders, as they've just held this so aggressively. Well, Med coming up red stairs now, as always, cut down from Butner, who
Attackers have
reads
located
that
bombs.
perfectly, and now Butner in a great position here. Brian with the K1A in a huge power position here, as they cannot plant without dislodging him from that position. However, these walls open are so dangerous, and look, Michael can get such great angles behind that pool table, pick up any of the defenders still huddled up in that games room area, as they're now all just hiding behind the bar. There's not much they can do to get out of this position, as the angles are just completely covered. Now Snacks deploying some smoke. He's going to go for the plant as soon as possible, as there's just 10 seconds left of Michael taking damage, and Snacks going to be shot right through the smoke. I hope did not protect him at all. And Brian pushes straight up and takes out both Zexy and Snacks for that round, as yeah, unfortunately smoke in the game not quite looking the same for all players, as it just seemed like Snacks was completely out in the open and he is cut down, and that round is taken once again for Sadge Joe.
That was also a result of that very powerful position, as you mentioned, that the Vigil was able to take. He did take out Med on that flank, and so he was able to hold that skull door, and so in doing so, he could cut off the study push, which was where the attack was coming from. And also that player, Waxy, hiding behind the bar with the smoke, able to deny the plant at the last minute. He had great angles to throw the smoke without necessarily being exposed to that player in study. And so he could throw the smoke over, deny that AV door plant, maybe even the study door plant. And so he was able to stay safe, while of course Button-Up was able to play aggressively from that skull door as well. And so those 2 things in combination, even with the smoke, I don't think it would have been enough, because
Attackers need to
despite having the
locate and
smoke to
defuse
hide in,
bombs.
of course, Waxy did have his smokes of his own, and that would have denied that plant as well. So overall, it went better, I have to say, for Green Wombats. They were able to open up those walls this time properly, but unfortunately not able to get that final kill. They were much closer, but again, came down to those last 20 seconds, that 20-second meta making its return, And Sadge seem to be much more prepared this time. It's not going to be a 5-2.
10 seconds remaining.
It's definitely a 4-0 match point for Sadge already, and Green Wombats have
5 seconds
yet
to
to win a
insertion.
round. Going onto the defense now might spell a change for them, but
Attackers
if
must
it's
locate
anything,
and defuse
if
the
it's
bomb.
anything like the previous 4 rounds, I don't think Green Wombats can do that.
Yeah, a 4-0, definitely a formidable half, as the Green Wombats are going to need to reciprocate in order to bring this map to overtime, and they need this overtime for their own pride. They won this map 5-2 in their group stages, but looks like some of their players are not showing up, figuratively and literally. Hemlock unfortunately booted out of the lobby due to his internet problems. They're definitely going to want to prove something, and look at this interesting setup with that study side. We've got Grim roaming on his own, but look at these, 2 ADS behind the couches and also a shield. I wonder if someone, really
Bomb
just sees
located by
these
attackers.
ADSs and might be shooting from the couch. You never know how hard these couches are. It does some spam and it looks like, yeah, it's gone. So the couch is not going to be saving the ADS anymore, as that shield is now in a prime position. However, attackers, they still need to force themselves up these main stairs and through that study side. So this is going to be a little bit of a problem for you, as we see our first settlement being deployed. Oh, we're going to the floor. That's going to be a little bit of waste. Michael getting the first pick onto Brian. Looks like a roam downstairs, and Dragon also falling. So huge advantage coming in for the Green Wombats.
That's looking like a much more solid performance from the Green Wombats. The defense able to take out 2 players for the lack of no damage. Also able to take out this last Selma charge, and that's going to be a C4 out as well, but that's no more walls going to be open, and that's going to be very difficult for the attackers now. They can't even jump in that hole, and Kai is still on the bottom floor, not sure what he's doing, maybe looking for those rotates as they come up, but he's actually proning in. I'm not sure this is something people expect. Snacks taken out by Kaya on that rotate now, and Waxy looking and peeking this bar, but it's long been vacated. Hiding close now on the right. The drone needs to catch him out otherwise, but I think it does. Otherwise, he will be losing his life. And will he get caught on this rotate? He does not. Takes out Waxy.
Gets
Brilliant
smacked.
headshot. And that's 2 versus 4. Michael able to take out 1 more, and that's really
Attackers
all
recovered the
up to
bomb
himself
diffuser.
now on the Thatcher. Great player, but can he win against 3 separate players at the same time? Maybe if they pick him 1v1, and it looks like this player is smart enough to wait for him to turn around before he's able to get that nice headshot. That's definitely a round for the Green Wombats that is really going to build up their hype and their momentum.
Yeah, that round had something that the Green Wombats did not have the entire four whole rounds previously. They got an early pick and they didn't lose half their team immediately afterwards. We said that Villa was going to be defender-sided, but I did not expect to this degree, as it just seemed like Green Wombat was a completely different team there. Just taking it so quick with those 2 roaming picks, and then with that wall denial, keeping that study wall closed, so it was a real struggle for the attackers to make any kind of progress into the bomb site, that games
Attackers need to
room and
locate and
that
defuse
bar.
as many bombs as they can.
However, now the defenders are gonna head onto that trophy bomb site. Trophy is definitely a very changed site in the meta these days. Even sometimes preferred over AV games. Do you think these teams will be kind of exploiting it to their full potential?
Well, it's interesting that we see here 2 wall denials here. We
3
see
even.
both the Bandit and the
10 seconds
IE
left.
being brought out. So it looks like they really want to keep these walls closed, and especially that triple
5
wall,
seconds left
you do
before
want that to be closed. And with the Thatcher on board, you want to bring some extra, electricity,
objective is to
some extra
locate a
spark
bomb and
just to keep those walls closed. And as much as we say that, you don't really need hard breach on Villa, it looks like that the lack of hard breach last round did actually slow down the attackers. They weren't able to get that study wall open, and they couldn't get the vault wall open. There wasn't enough for them to make entry, and ultimately they were kind of forced to go through those 1 or 2 doors, which led to their demise. But it looks like the attackers have switched it up, and will be ready for this new site. Dragon looking to get an early pick, trading bullets but not able to get anyone. Defenders also looking like they have a slightly spread out hole, 3 on site and 2 roaming in this study area with the mute jams as well. Just to kind of slow down those drones as well. And Snacks able to get some intel as well on those pushes, so we'll be able to prevent them from pushing out. But Kai is on this rappel. He's looking to catch any players who are rotating back through that skull window. And Zexy needs to be careful here. He does not have the best gun to take this long-range gunfight. But no footprints have been found yet, so Kai doesn't quite know he's here. And it looks like they're just going to be scoping each other out, as this is a lot of time wasted. Med doesn't know about this. Oh no, he's walked right past it. Oh
gives
no.
his position away. Unfortunate. Zofia gonna be getting away with one there, as Slick's two defenders are still being such a pain on the backside. Grim now taking a fight, but our main fight is gonna be here next to this vault and this bar. Snacks and the Mute are gonna be fighting to the death here, as all of the attackers are converging on the position. Zexy falls, and a Snacks recover is now gone, but he takes one out. He needs to take one more out with him, as he's gonna be surrounded. Dragon coming up right next to him, could be going for the knife. No, pistol comes out as Snacks is ended, as this roam is finally cleared. But at what cost? At what cost? We lose the Zofia, and we lose 2 minutes of the time. Attacker's gonna have to work overtime to get their bodies on the site, as Med is gonna be taking down Dragon, who was already low from that fight he had previously.
And I think the greatest thing that they've done here is waste time. Even though they got one less trade, that was
Attackers have
2
located
minutes
a bomb.
wasted. And now with Dragon gone as well, this is going to be a hard ask for the attackers. They need to collapse onto this site fast, and with those walls still reinforced, they don't have many points of entry. Grim is being tracked now, but he's safely on site. It doesn't really matter. And Kai is looking for him to play aggressively, but Grim knows better than this. They're just holding ankles down. Rudy finally looking to open this wall, but is there going to be enough time? They have 20 seconds. By the time this wall opens, will they be able to get in? They're going to have to make it fast.
15 seconds remaining.
15 seconds now left on the clock, and they start making their way
Bomb
into
located
sight.
by
Kai,
AORUS.
Rudy takes
10
out
seconds
Grim
to go.
from across the building, and Med is the last one. Along with Michael, gets a bolt through, but is taken out on the refrag. Now he's got 5 seconds. The diffuser isn't down. Michael is behind him. He goes for the plant. He takes out the diffuser, and that's a great rotate. Managed to catch out that one player he needed to. A bit dicey, I have to say. If he had been shut down, that would have been unfortunate. But ultimately, he was able to win that. However, you know, maybe he should have gone for that player who was covering the plant, because of course, if he takes out that player and the player next to him gets off the plant, then he still wins that round. But in the end, a great 360, able to get onto that planter and take another round for the defenders there.
Look,
I
my
have to
man does
say-
not need to pad his KD. He could have definitely gotten a free kill there, as the Jackal was not looking, but it's very conservative. He doesn't want too many kills, you know. It's gonna weigh on his conscience in the future. Ellie chooses to shut down that plant and win them that round. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
I wanted to say that the key players there, I would have to say, were Snacks and Zexy Rexy playing on those as roamers
Attackers
in
need
that
to
study
locate
side.
and defuse bomb.
With the Mute Jam and with the Legion Mine, they really slowed down the attackers there. So much to the point that the attackers, after going past them, had to double back in order to pinch them. So, you know, we saw Snacks met his rather unfortunate demise. He was pinched by 2 players right at the end, but he managed to waste so much time. That was 2 minutes just taking that side of the map. And then attackers, of course, had lost 1 player, but quickly lost another, and that meant they had 3 players, 3v3, with about 45 seconds left to get onto that site. And as I mentioned, they didn't have enough time to open those walls and apply enough pressure before going for that execute. Granted, they did get very close just off the back of some great frags from Rudy. It was a 1v2 right at the end, but unfortunately they just did not have all the rotates covered. And Michael able to get through the get through the drone work of the attackers and able to pick up that last player. So it will be 2v4, 2-4 now. That's another 2 rounds Green Wombats will have to win. But they're off to a good start. They have gone onto this dining kitchen site, and Zexy Rexy has indeed brought his pulse with the C4, so he will be watching at these players trying to hold them top floor. Grim getting away with his life now as that player on Astro window, but he will be also looking into this master bedroom. Not as heavy a hold on the top floor, but Snack's able to pick up 1, and Michael also rotating up. In fact, 3 coming up now. Looks like they delayed their top floor hold and are looking to come back to retake that top floor a little later on. Dragon, however, does have those edge out, so they will have to be careful. And the feed gets spotted, but he is able to get away with a sliver of health. But shot from other side, Grim takes out Rudy Zoo, and that's 2 players for a little over 90 damage onto the defenders. Not a great start. Michael able to take out another one, makes it even better. And Zexy with the last one. Oh my, this is not going well for the attackers. Kai left all on his lonesome, and he's going to have to find 5 in order to win this round.
That round deteriorated fast, but Zexy on the pulse. You see what? This is an operator that was not brought on the Sadge Joe's defense of Kitchen, but see the power of that pulse onto this bomb site in particular. Multiple C4 kills, even 2 or 3 C4 kills coming out as Zexy is gonna be definitely proving his worth. He had 0 kills coming into this round, but he's essentially picked up 2 or even 3 based off his teammate and his own C4. That leaves Kai in a 1v5 situation. We've seen him do this before, but he's gotta find a serious mistake on top of the Green Wombats in order to pull this out, as it's just him alone. He's got a bit of intel from his Nox eye tracker. If he chooses to turn that on, and 2 smoke grenades as well as a fantastic gun, but it's a bit difficult here, and you got to feel for him as he's got 5 strong opponents, strong confident opponents in order to bring this round in for his team.
Looks like the intel is a little off. He can't quite find Kaya, even though he's looking with his pulse scan. But as soon as one player goes down, that will be intel given away, and he's got to do it 4 other times after that. Pulse scanners are definitely looking for him, and he's looking for this rotate as well. There's not much he can do. Maybe save some KD. Yep, definitely. Snacks has called it. He's saving KD, and Kai is just looking for those picks now, but not able to get any, and he's just going to run upstairs, hopefully pick off a player for free. But looks like he will only be able to buff his gadget destroyed stats, as Green Wombats take that in very convincing fashion.
You know what they say, points are points.
Yes.
But yeah, a little bit of save KD, and look at where we have got up to. 3-4 in Sadge Joe's favor, but still, we were looking at 0-4 before this first half, and this has been an enormously a defender-sided villa, as Green Wombats, they're just 1 round away from their overtime and having that second chance to prove their worth on this map. Now, they've had a bit of a rough attack, and indeed both teams have, as that was actually a flawless round being pulled out from the Green Wombats. So Green Wombats, they're definitely going to be extremely confident heading into the Aviator defense once again. If they can take this to overtime, they have another shot at winning this map.
That's right. And with that brilliant play, intel play from Green Wombats on that previous round, I hope to see that they would bring similar intel-based defense as well. But it looks like they will be bringing the Goya shields out. Goya, first time we've seen him in this particular day, so it's really going to be great to see how he is used. Not many, in fact, no frag grenades on the part of the attackers. They have the Sophia, and they do have Kai on the Ace, so he does have some things to break some shields. But as we do know, they are limited, and you don't want to be wasting them. And you do need to be opening those walls as well. So with so much wall denial on the board, it could be a little troublesome here. Setup is about to end now, as we are about to go into the action phase. And the defense are looking like they're still quite heavily anchored onto this site now. In fact, all 5 players are still anchored. I don't think it'll be an anchor-heavy defense, though. I do think they will start to make some roam progress, as it looks like the attackers are now all bunching up from that master bedroom side, looking to do a little more of a off-site push.
I hope so, because Meds just run into a very interesting problem. We've got no shotguns on the defense, and look, they've got to expend a C4 in order to open this rotate, so a little bit of poor utility choice here. But despite this, they can bring this back with the frags as Grim takes out the drone. And no, he goes to deploy a barbed wire in front of his opponent. Rudy's gonna be taking that one for free, and
A bomb has been
Grim
located.
is gonna be happy with that result, as he was definitely caught off guard. The attacker's hitting that site so quickly, like the blitz. But instead of the blitz, it's going to be Rudy Zoo leading the attack Zexy, showing us his cracked aim with not just the SMG-11, but also the Vector here as he goes after that drone, which is just peskily hiding behind the pillar. Now, he's going to go on that fight onto attacker, but look, the window next to him is opening up and he's going to be trapped here if he stays for any longer. That drone still being such a pesky little robot next to him as he continually goes to these pre-fires, but the attackers, they're wise to this and they choose not to play this game.
And look at that, Michael is actually going for a red flank here. He's looking to cut off these attackers from this second angle. Dragon, however, is looking to cut off this 90 with those flashbangs. Sexy has fallen back to behind the Goya shield. And now he needs to contest this 90 angle. He's holding it through the shield. His position has been given away, so they know he's there. But they're playing it very aggressively. Rudy able to take off Michael on that roam, and now Zexy is forced to fall back. And that's not a good sign for the defenders. They've lost 2 for the price of absolutely none. And Snacks is going to be rotating over, but Dragon able to take off command. And it's 2v4 now as that wall gets open and all the pressure is on Green Wombats.
Yeah, unfortunately, I guess getting kicked off as Snacks takes 1 out, but he's got 4 more to find. This is like a position well that whips out the pistol. Doesn't get better of Kaya, and Kaya shows his strength with that AK-12, taking that last kill. Green Wombats unable to complete their reverse sweep, and it was looking so good for them, but attackers almost flawlessing that round. It seemed like they just hit a button and just rolled over the rest that was remaining of the Green Wombats as losing so many early picks. That's gonna be it for our first map here, as we have another 4 very exciting games to come very soon. What did you think of that game, Lance?
Definitely a very exciting game to watch. It went back and forth in terms of it went one way and then the other way completely differently. I really thought that Green Wombats could complete that reverse sweep, and they definitely gave us something to cheer about. I know how everyone loves the underdogs, and of course, they proved that the underdogs could indeed win. They went 3 rounds on defense before finally falling to that last attack by Sadge. I think it was just, as you mentioned, a lack of utility to open that wall and a little bit of delay in terms of getting into those roamer positions. They gave up that side of the map, the master bedroom side of the map, very, very early. And unfortunately, that gave a lot of time and pressure to the attackers who were able just to get onto site and just apply that pressure without too much challenge. Michael did go for an attempted flank there, but unfortunately not able to catch off that last player. Rudy with that kill onto the flank. I would have to say, Sadge definitely showed a lot of coordination there, especially with that drone play we saw in the last round, relaying that information to the entries and other players in order to make sure that no players were able to flank up. So definitely well played there from Green Wombats and also from Sadge, but it will be Sadge taking this map away from Green Wombats. Green Wombats were able to take them, as we mentioned, 5-2 earlier on in the group stages, but now Sadge takes out Green Wombats on Villa 5-3.
That's a revenge story if I've ever heard of it. Our second map is going to be Oregon, I believe, as we are just getting the lobby ready. Luckily not Fortress, as our observer is showing. What do you think is going to happen on Oregon between these two?
Again, Oregon is one of those very coordination heavy maps, and attacking this map is, dare I say, even more difficult than the map we've just seen, Villa. There's so many walls you need to be opening. For example, on that top floor, you need to be opening both the big tower and the attic wall. And then on the bottom floor, it's even more of a nightmare getting through either the blue area and that bunker area, or of going through that Visa area. Sorry, not Visa, the freezer area. Well, they rhyme, much the same thing. But it looks like we will be seeing a substitute. It looks like Hemlock has finally made his return, replacing Grim in this particular matchup. Sadge will be keeping the same players here, so it will be the same for them. However, whether Hemlock can make a difference is yet to be seen. As long as he doesn't crash, I suppose.
Yeah, that's definitely something he wants to avoid doing, as he's had some bad luck with his computer equipment very just now, as not if he's not even in the lobby, he's definitely not going to make an impact. But Green Wombats did take that very close in the end. A 3-5 half is a 3-5 map is definitely not close. Sorry, definitely a very close showing for both teams in particular. So I could definitely see them take it out on this map.
What about bans? What do you think we will see in terms of operator bans? I have to say, surely this time someone will bring out the Thatcher ban. Surely, it's about time.
Well, we'll see as our our band stages are gonna start very quickly. Here we go. Oregon our map 2 between our two teams.
This time, Green Wombats will be defending first, Sadge taking the attack first of all. First bans will be coming up, of course, then from Green Wombats. Green Wombats, what are you gonna do? It looks like they have made their choice very, very quickly, and I'm gonna call it. It's gonna be a Thatcher. Surely, it is a Thatcher ban. Thank you. I like to feel like I'm correct sometimes. Okay, look, don't do this to your casters. You know what happens when the caster curses you, right? Right? You know. So don't do it again.
Well, because you did not say that Thatcher was gonna be banned, it seems like the game has agreed with you. Now Habana also being banned from Sadge, and that's the second time we've seen that Hard Breach being taken off the board. So interesting choice from their side, as honestly we don't see that Hard Breach. Oh, okay. Hemlock a bit disappointed, as I did point out earlier that he was definitely a fan of Habana. What a weeb. Anyway, now we've got Kaid also being brought down, as the Green Wombats were using Kaid very to great effect. You could see Med playing it almost every round on that villa.
And I think with that Thatcher ban, it's going to be very difficult to open some of those walls and hatches, especially the hatches you need for basement takes. So I can definitely understand why they've done that. And Vigil, of course, also looks like a bit of a target ban. I think we saw Buttnut able to do so much damage as the Vigil on our Villa map. So, of course, it makes a lot of sense for them to take out the Vigil. Site
Yeah,
now is finally being picked. We will be going on to the second floor. It seems this is the default site for the first attack. And operator picks also coming out now.
Yeah,
I think operators are a little bit different compared to what we saw last time, I have to say.
yeah, we see Hemlock hopping on that bandit. We saw bandit a bunch last round, but definitely wasn't expecting it at all on Oregon. And also we got this Valkyrie being picked. So Valkyrie banned last map, and now Med has it available to him. So he's going to be flexing onto that operator.
Attackers need to
Definitely a
locate and
very
defuse bombs.
powerful operator with both a C4, also 3 cameras, as we see. Our first defender set up on top of that top floor site. Now, top floor can be a bit interesting to hold, especially without that Kaid play. It means that even though you can get that wall denied by the wall, I mean that game's wall that you see Hemlock standing at with those Bandito
seconds left.
batteries, without the safety of the bottom floor, we could
5
see that
seconds
those
left.
band batteries taken out very quickly, especially with that Twitch and also that
Attacker's
Ash.
objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Med, of course, taking a moment to stop and let some choice words fly. He will be playing that Valkyrie. As we did mention last game, he is quite a fan of that Valkyrie and able to play it now. I'm sure he's very happy about that. But hopefully they do speed up their setup a little bit. We did see them fall to an early pick while they were trying to set up last time, so hopefully they don't make that same mistake. Snacks is going to be playing slightly downstairs and near the white stairs. He has lots of information, from those Velusi's, and he will be playing even in the kitchen area as well. So a bit of a bottom floor hold, as well as a player, of course, in that attic area. Attacks look like they're moving in from the garage side, looking to cut off any players who might be falling out from the meeting room back upstairs, so they can safely open that attic window and also, attic wall and also that game's wall by taking out the batteries from below.
Doesn't seem like there's any pressure coming from that big tower side though, as look, attackers are all stacked up on the south side of the map. They've got Kaya and Rudy Zoo, as well as Buttnut, now heading up those main stairs. As you see, that trophy area is completely ceded to the attacker's control. There's not much defenders can do here, as it's very difficult to hold that position, and the attackers, seeing the free real estate, they're gonna go and take that for themselves as they're gonna use that as a staging ground towards their next attacking opportunity. Now look at this, Twitch drone coming out and trying to deny some of the utility as the ADS almost got shot, but Med just a bit too faster on that trigger finger and gonna be taking out Twitch drone. Now Kaya is gonna be shocked by this electrified wall and is gonna be shocked that his teammates are unable to take this out. As look, we're actually gonna be yeeting Grain now, but no, it's actually gonna be Hemlock taking the pick. Hemlock playing all the way down in bunks as he knows it's too dangerous to continue bandit tricking, so he places utility down and chooses to play that long angle and use his gun skills to good effect.
Looks like the only player downstairs now for the defense is Snacks. Med, however, will be taken out close to this wall here, gets away with his life just by a slither of health as that wall is open now. And that's going to be the focus of the attack. Med finally taken out by Kaya. Dragon Lord picking up a second now, but unable to as Kaya is down as well by Zexy Rexy. 4 players on this top floor now as all players are starting to collapse back onto site. They still have a lot of C4s to work with. Zexy able to get to the second. Hemlock, however, will be down by Dragon. It looks like it's a 2v3. A push, unfortunate timing there. Zexy able to pick up his third now, and Michael finishing off Rudy as Green Wombats take their first round. Definitely a round you want to be winning. Opening round, they didn't win that last time and they lost the game. So, you know, correlation, causation, you know all that. So definitely a good start. They want to be starting off strong and they don't want to have to play catch up. They want to just straight out of the gates, you know, show them what they're made of, and definitely Green Wombats did that. A bit of an interesting choice, I have to say, from the attackers. They didn't open the attic wall, and they only chose to go through the armory and trophy side. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. That attack definitely is being used before. I've seen this main stairs and that trophy side attack, but you generally, instead of having so many people pushing in through that trophy door, you have a couple going through the breach instead, because it's a little more safe than trying to muscle your way through that tiny door. As if you have the sufficient hard breach, you can kind of choose and choose your holes you make. Like, for example, if you make a hole on the left side, you can use that to watch one of the attic doors. Or if you choose a hole on the right side, you can use that as a kind of safe way to walk in. But however, the piling through that door, definitely not what is going to be working out for them, as they just got grinded through that door as multiple players peeked them from those long angles and also from that attic.
Yeah.
Now,
Speaking of the kills, I think Green Wombats were really adept there at keeping those reframes going. They were able to always trade off what they lost. And obviously, since they started off with the kill, it meant they were always in the advantage. And being in that advantage, you know, having that extra gun just increases your advantage exponentially. So definitely well played there in terms of gun skill from the defenders. Hopefully, attackers will be able to adapt a little bit more and maybe just spread out a little bit to prevent them all being grinded, as you said, through that same meat grinder.
Yeah, this is a very precarious play here, but with great risk comes great reward, as But that walks straight in, and oh, it's gonna be a Hemlock. That was a poor droning from the attacking team as he's just taken out. Ash not expecting there. Probably teammates had already called this clear, so that's gonna be a tilter a little bit in terms of the Sadge team. Now attackers are once again one man down, and oh, this has not been looking great for them on this map in particular. Now defenders are still hunkered down. 3 players actually on that bottom floor side. We've also got Hemlock and I believe Snacks on that long range roam as well. And look at this, attackers have gotten control of that top floor, or so they think, but there are still 2 players off the site, and there are 2 players that they have not been able to get a beat on.
Looks like they're going to be working their way onto that middle floor, as Hemlock and Snacks will be holding onto 1 floor each. If they need to be careful lest they lose another player. They've got 4 players, in fact, stacked up on this middle floor. They're opening that dining hatch, which is so crucial in order to get into blue. But will Snacks heal him, and will he go for this flank? Will Bandit go for this flank? Looks like they might be waiting for a bit later when they can drop down those hatches and maybe apply some pressure. But for now, it looks like it's just a matter of opening hatches. Zexy Rexy will be taken out by a frag grenade. And
that's ironic.
As the pressure starts to come down from these stairs and from this top floor. Hemlock and Snacks really need to start getting ready to hit these flanks. If they give up too much, they could lose this entire blue site, and that will make attacking and executing onto that site so much easier.
Yeah, Zexy thought it was safe there behind his ADS, but that frag grenade just sails slightly to the left. And now look, the Twitch droid is actually going to be getting the bandit batteries. Can't get the last one because it's out of taser shots, unfortunately. But even just one of those boxes down, it's going to be a huge deal as that enables him to get that wall. And Hemlock is going to be very far up, can't be replacing their batteries. As look at this C4 hole being made now. Rizu pushing in, wants to take this fight, but look, the fight is already completely out of there. Waxy actually walking up, but he can't go any further. Michael is taken down, but it's a quick refrag from Snacks on that flank as he looks down the hatch, and that's the diffuser as well. This is huge. Oh no, the diffuser can't be picked. Snacks with a second kill. The Sledge tries to run through, and now Med with a C4 kill onto Dragon. That leaves it just down to the Zoo, and is in a tough position here. His top is covered, his bottom is covered, his diffuser is down, and his team is all in the dirt. And now he takes out his last opponent, but does not have nearly enough time to get that box down.
That was, I wouldn't say a disaster, but definitely not going well for Sadge right from the start. An early pick by Hemlock onto Buttnut, one of their best fraggers, as we saw on that last map, due to a misdraw. That's unfortunate. And then leaving those two players on those upper floors was not good. Hemlock of course got that early one, and then he wasted time just throwing that C4 and then, bugging out. But ultimately, it was Snacks who bided his time so well, waiting for that last moment to open that hatch and then suddenly pop out and take out the diffuser carrier, forcing the attackers to have to double back. And in fact, Waxy, on his way back, also being taken out, the information not being conveyed properly. So, definitely well played there by Snacks, and that roam clear, or the lack thereof, really was Sadge Joe's undoing.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Yeah, and it seems like that the attackers just a bit lost here as they're, like you said, they're missing that drone onto the player in the main stairs in that previous round, and this has not been a good start for the attackers at all, but they can still recover. Now the defenders are going to go on that kitchen and that dining room site, and it seems like they're bringing out this very interesting setup with the showers hole, as we see a shield being set up here now. We could see some impact sailing through that wall,
5 seconds left before insertion.
there is 2 sets of impacts being brought, but it does seem like a little bit of an unconventional setup. That kind of wall is shot at head height instead of the floor height you'd normally see.
There's one more thing I'm concerned about is lack of ADS or any grenade denial. They've got 2 shields in that shower corridor, in the showers, but they have no ADS, and there are definitely frags being brought out. But Rudy Zoo, I was going to say he had impacts, but it looks like he will have nothing at all, as a nice peek onto the window by Zexy Rexy with the SMG-11 takes out Rudy, another star fragger. This shields is not going well for Sadge Joe at all.
These shields are genius, actually. Look at this. One to face the breach, and one to actually face that window that is so pesky. The window along that shower's corridor. You can use that shield as a way of peeking that player there, and Zexy showing his skill with the SMG-11. We have made fun of him, of his previous whiffs, but he is definitely showing that he has that skill to use that difficult sidearm.
Oh, Hemlock going for a peek from the big tower. Takes a bit of damage. Able to trade out some as well. But looks like he's going to be falling back now into this site. So he's done his job. He's wasted a little bit of time. He can bugger off now. Shield's now starting to fall. As we mentioned, no grenade denial. So that will have to be Waxy or either Ash with those explosions. And reinforcing up the wall. Now that is something I have not seen. Usually you do that for elbow, but I have not seen this done on the showers. Dragon now looking to peek aggressively, and Zexy Rexy could be caught off. Waxy able to get him through the wall, takes him out. That soft wall will be the undoing, and of course he has that big hammer to deal with. And now the dining site is being opened up. Hemlock and Snacks are still offsite on that security room, and they need to get back on the site in order to start making some impact here.
Oh yeah, that whole site is being vacated as the defenders are really struggling to find any place to kind of hide and to make any kind of resistance against this push in. A fantastic wallbang coming from Waxy through that soft wall. Unfortunately, might have reinforced one side, but definitely did not reinforce the soft side, and that was just as important as he's going to be falling probably to a Z ping. Now, attackers in a good position to get that plant down. And look at this. Kyle going to be running straight into that corner, and he's getting that plant down in the southeast corner. There's not too much the defender can do with it unless Temlock. Oh, Temlock, nice kill onto Ash as he throws a C4. Does not know, sees the gun barrel, but doesn't expect Kai to be in that corner. Now, 2v3 situation as Michael is going to be taken out, and suddenly it's a 2v2 situation. Defenders are in a retake situation that they need to act fast. They need to get that diffuser down, and I don't even believe they know where that diffuser is planted. They still believe it's in the default position. As Snacks all are flank as Waxy's gonna be cleaning up, and now he's on low health. Meadow with that swing and a good refrag onto all of the attacking members. It seems like this map has just been going back and forth every single time as Med is able to pick up that final defuse.
And I felt that was a little bit I was a bit worried for Green Wombats there. It looks like they, invested a lot of manpower, a lot of utility into that shower area. And of course, Sexy Rexy able to pick off one early. But once he was dead and they gave up showers, I was really concerned because there was no presence holding that kitchen site. It was all in the dining site, it was all in the kitchen. Of course, they did manage to get that retake, and that was a very good retake as well. Snacks going for that flank, taking out one. And even with his death on the refrag, relaying that information to Med, so they pinched onto that guy in showers and able to take out the guy in showers with plenty of time left to get that diffuser. So definitely a great retake there. Also a great execute there from Sadge Joe. They read into, the map. They read with those drones, as we've mentioned, they've been very good with that. They've read into the setup, realized that there was really not much presence on the dining site, and they just went in. They went straight for it. They planted in an unconventional spot as well, knowing that it was a hard angle for the defenders to push, and they were able to get that plant down. Just a little bit unfortunate on that retake. Definitely also because of a very well-played retake on the part of Green Wombats. So not all is lost, even though we are going into this 3-0 with a perfect defense rotation for Green Wombats. It seems like we are seeing very defender-sided maps. We saw it last time, and it looks like we're going to be seeing it again.
Yeah, it definitely is shaping up that way as our attackers have been struggling at every opportunity to bring in a round. I believe the only attacking round actually won in our entire 2 maps was that final round that sealed Villa, and that was just Rudy Zoo going off. But now these attackers are really need to find at least one round here, as it is a struggle to win Oregon with all 4 of the defense attacking rounds lost. But that once again means you've got that pressure. You've got that pressure to be perfect on your own half. Now an unconventional attacking lineup actually being brought out. We've got both the Maverick and that Carly actually on Dragon. Dragon deciding to bring out the AWP once the 360 no scope, or maybe get some of those very long range kills, as we see some interesting long range angles that can be set up on this top floor.
Right, but it looks like all the attacks have actually stacked up onto this attic side. I'm a little bit worried that it can be too one-dimensional. Buttkai and Buttnut looking like they're going to rotate over to the bedroom side, and they're going to be working those 2 walls, as we've mentioned. Both walls usually are opened as well. They do also have a... Whoa. Never mind about Rudy taken out once again by the SMG-11. SMG-11 indeed is the weapon of masters, and Master Michael is. Dragon now looking, and Waxy looking to open this wall, but it's still soft. They do have the, the big gun, but I'm not sure why they haven't quite used it yet. The reinforcements have been gone, and using it as a soft breach, now that's interesting.
I guess that's one way of getting it done. You've lost your Zofia, unfortunately, so no impacts to get that soft wall open. The Kali sniper rifle got some good self-destruction to it, but very limited ammo, so I wonder if Dragon has enough of those bullets to spend. Now Hemlock goes for a run out. Oh, he's detected outdoors as he's a bit worried here. Oh, 2 people swing on him, and that's going to be aim. I don't know about that run out. A little bit too aggressive. Maybe tone it down a little bit, buddy. He just goes leaping out that door to his death. Now Zexy gonna be challenging this angle as he just sees that Tracer streak past him, and he knows he can't really watch that angle anymore. That, however, equalizes the situation back to a 4-on-4. And with so much control down that attic, given up to attackers, they can really use that as a staging ground to kind of push the attack on.
As we mentioned last game, we actually had a lack of hard breach being the deciding factor. But it looks like here, the lack of soft breach might actually be tying up the attackers. They have gotten that wall open finally, but still a lot of control here from Snack. Snack's still on the second floor. He does fall back now. Waxy might be able to catch him, but Snack's able to get away with that rotate, and he might even put a C4 up there. Attic now ceded to the attackers, but they still haven't quite decided what to do. 15 seconds now, and they don't even have intel on the site. Kaya able to get Snacks, but they need to go for the plant now. Kaya now finally pushing up, C4 being prepped now, and they fall onto site. Dragon able to get a second, and this is suddenly collapsing right onto the defense. Gets one, but is that the plant going down? It is indeed, and not able to get the final one. That is an explosive attack for an explosive finish as the attackers finally win their first round.
There is no way I expected that round to go that way. The defenders had so much going for them. They had C4 underneath, as you saw in that final kill cam. They had a man advantage. They had multiple players in the correct positions, but it just felt like it all fell apart right as the attackers hit them from that attic side, and I'm not sure why. I believe they had one person, Zexy, actually looking at that angle. Might have gone picked off, but should have relayed that to his team, and his team definitely should have recovered from that, but unfortunately just a series of either poor miscommunication or bad luck plaguing that Green Wombat's final defense, and that is gonna be giving the attackers one round actually, which is very important. That one single round, it just means that if they somehow miss an attack, a defense, they're not immediately on that match point.
Yeah, it wasn't very much helped by Hemlock's rather questionable decisions, jumping out there for a grand total of absolutely nothing. I think got a little overconfident there. We know Hemlock is a fan of these rather odd plays, these wacky plays sometimes, and it just did not work out for him there. So definitely could have used an extra gun on site, as well as maybe a C4 as well for that late execute. But nevertheless, well done for the attackers. Definitely Sadge Show needed to get that attack round, get a little bit of breathing space, and they now have that breathing space for this bottom floor site. And we do see the mirror being brought out. Finally, a map where mirror isn't banned. You know,
Yeah.
I've just gotten so used to not seeing mirror, I don't even know how to play her anymore.
Well, mirror is very interesting on this side indeed, as you see the first one being put down. Breezer wall. Breezer definitely a very important location for defenders to keep a hold of, as it can be a very strong push for the attackers if they're able to make it all the way down. Kind of cuts off between the site here, between A and B. So the mirror window here, very smart. A second mirror window, I'm not sure where it's been placed, might have been in blue. That also be very useful, as it seems like that is where the attacks are coming from.
Hemlock able to pick up the location of one player as Med is creeping up behind him. In fact, it looks like 4 players are collapsing in on this site, all on the big attic site. So it looks like they're going to be going down that big tower and opening that meeting hatch as well, as we saw previously. Kai, however, is hanging out. Oh, no, he's actually downstairs. It looks like this middle floor has been completely vacated. This is quite different, markedly different to the defense that Green Wombats put up, where they did hold onto that second floor and that middle floor. Instead, we see actually all 5 players hunkered down on this basement. That's a lot of territory given up to the the attackers. But they need to make sure they have the utility to clear them all out. And there's a mirror window as well. Gunshots going out now as Michael looks to get these peeks through these hatches. He does have grenades to work with, but with ADSs on board, he needs to be careful where he throws them all. Almost catches one, but unable to get that cooking grenade now. Will his cooking be good? I believe it goes in the side, but does not quite catch Dragon. As now all players are still hunkered down, and they're looking now to make some moves onto the side.
Michael fixing up the Michael hatch, getting that open quite quickly with the Maverick actually, and now he's got good angles to throw these Dragon. However, the rest of the team, they're kind of positioning themselves to go down those main stairs. Doesn't seem like they wanted to be doing that back tower stairs. You see both Snacks and Hemlock heading in that direction. They're going to be greeted with this mirror window very soon, and that's going to be a serious problem for them. Smokes could be used to make this a lot less difficult, as look, the C4 is ripped, and actually Zexy with a flame kill. Dragon being taken out by his own teammate's utility, unfortunately, as that was just blown up from a frag grenade by either Zexy or Michael, and now they have that back tower stairs control. Wow, this is a very Yeah, very quick push. Oh, Rudy lines up two of them. Only downs one as he pulls his shotgun out. Snack's swinging. Oh no, Rudy loses that fight somehow, despite the shotgun, and he does not even manage to take out one of the attackers. Attackers are still 5-man strong as they're in a very strong position here, and Butner is going to be taken out as Med shows a strong aim skill. Now Med also going to be pushing up down that corridor as more trades are coming out. Now the 4v1, Waxy's got to do something to deny that plan. Oh, he's not going to be able to as he is once again swung by Med, and Med showing us his aim, just sending it all the way down that site and picking up so many of the defenders that they simply did not have a response.
That was also some great rotates there, I have to say, by Hemlock. They were looking to push down those the back tower stairs at first, but seeing the presence there, he actually rotated over to the laundry stairs. Now, upon encountering Waxy on the mirror, he played the smoke and then kind of baited the mirror there to kind of, I think she might have used her C4 there even. He then, of course, fell back, and that drew attention away from the back tower stairs onto that laundry stairs. And then rapidly, at the same time, the attackers went in through the back tower stairs, getting one onto Zexy and able to take control of Pillar. And then from there, it was just a matter of the attackers just collapsing onto site. We saw that happen so quickly, Med getting so many kills. And definitely a very aggressive last minute push, but at the same time, a very coordinated push. They had all their angles covered, they knew what they were doing, and they just swept the defenders aside. As you mentioned, it was almost a flawless round. Up until about 10 seconds left, they still had 5 players left on the attacking side. So definitely a very well executed attack. And I think that's the first attack that Green Wombats have won. But they've won it in very convincing fashion, that's for sure.
Definitely, you could really see that individual skill and that individual chance of a play coming out from Hemlock, as he knows instinctively what to do in that situation. Knows that mirror window is a death trap if he wants to push straight into it. So calls that rotate to go around, and it's extremely successful. They bag themselves their first attacking round and push themselves to that match point. So match point in Oregon. Now Sadge, they need to find 3 defending rounds in a row. All the pressure is on them. The Green Wombats just need to find 1 round in the next 3 in order to take it to that third map, and that third map is going to be Border. So that map, very interesting for sure, but they have not won this yet. They still need to win this attack, and from what we know, attacks have been very difficult on this map. Now they've gone for a very similar setup, but look at this. Defenders, they know that giving up that control was a mistake, so they're going to have Rudy to at least fake some pressure on that top floor site. It's got the Mozzie Pest, and that's going to slow the droning down, but attackers are still going to be making good progress here. But now, defenders, they need to have some response to this, and that response is going to be Rudy Zoo flanking up Zulu.
Well, we did see someone actually play this particular position. Actually, no, we didn't. I made a mistake. I thought Kai was playing it, but it actually looks like I think Kai might even be upstairs as well. I seem to recall seeing him upstairs, but we still see yes, Kai is indeed upstairs, and Hemlock will be taken down, but he's not going to lose his life. Those impacts might take him out, but he is able to get away with it. But of course, as we mentioned, this is Dragman able to get out, take 2 players. Even the player picking up that Hemlock, that's a rather unfortunate time. Looking to peek through this hatch, but not able to get one. And it's still a very heavy anchor, but of course, with the exception of the Rudy and Kaya. Rudy is playing a little bit closer to site, and in fact, they're very close on those white stairs, so they might go for a late flank onto this middle floor, or actually fall back down through the free zone in order to protect for those late executes. So very flexible positioning there. Definitely a good place to be in. And attackers seem to have been stalled out a little. They haven't really gone much after that, apart from that hatch, and they have lost 2 players. With a minute left, they're going to have to make something fast. They need to take back tower, they need to take that blue area, and there's a lot of presence and a lot of utility to nail on those walls.
Yeah, it seems like these attackers have just been allergic to blue, as Michael's fragment is yeeted right out of his hands. Brian is taken out from Snack, who is going to be pushing down the blue, so very smart play, rotating over to that blue side, having at these walls open. He has the diffuser in hand, so he's got to be careful not to drop it in this no man's land that is that elbow. However, the rest of the attackers, they also need to contribute, and they need to contribute fast. 30 seconds left in the round. Now 25. We see our first player dropping the hatch and
A
also
bomb
going
has
down
been
those blue
located.
tower stairs. Ben now pushes straight to the side, down the dragon, and also picks up. Oh, what a shot! As Snacks also steals the kill.
left.
Snacks now proving that he has that aim as well, and he's going in
10
for the plan
seconds
after
remaining.
killing Rudy Zoo. Kyle, he got a C4 behind him, and he uses that, but that gives away his position now. Michael swinging him,
Attackers
and oh, the
activate.
fuser is down as he's missing Snacks, and
need to
Snacks
protect the diffuser.
turns around with the
Mission
pistol, finishes that round off. Oh, Kyle was such a great flank, but unfortunately, not enough bullets and not enough and not quite quick enough of a reaction time in order to take that kill, and that's gonna actually be Green Wombats taking the second map 5-1.
Well done to Green Wombats there, beating Sadge 5-1 on Oregon. That's better performance than their previous encounter on Villa, so definitely a confidence booster after the last particular loss. And definitely very, very convincing as well, I would have to say, on those 2 attack rounds we saw. I have to say there, the MVP for that last particular round was Snacks and also Med. Snacks able to take out the player playing in blue, and then opening up that wall at elbow to cut the site in half. And of course, Med being very aggressive and dropping down and picking off 3 players at once. He managed to take out one player who peeked him at that electrical door. He managed to take out Dragon, of course, and then finally one more. Yes, he was able to take out Max on that mirror, hiding in that corner. So clearing out that site so very quickly. Definitely a force to be reckoned with, and he's done that multiple times, showing up for Green Wombats and just making himself known. But that will be it for now, of course. We have seen 2 maps, and we will be seeing at least a third now. And in fact, I think we will definitely see at least 4. We have to see at least 4 in order for us to actually complete this best of 5. So we will be taking a quick break while we hydrate up. I think we may actually be seeing some new casters come on board to cast the next few games for you to see. So with that said and done, make sure to stick around. Make sure to, of course, follow and subscribe and whatnot to our channels. And we will see you very shortly.
See yous.
Welcome back, everyone, from that very short break. Definitely much shorter than what was happening at the start of the pre-show, but everything's now sorted, and I would like to introduce a new friend on the caster panel that I have found in the dumps. We've configured a great profile picture for him on the caster panel here. Give a big warm welcome to Sort.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, so this is my first time streaming with UNSW Esports, and I am, I've been watching the game so far. A lot of really fun kind of rounds coming out on Villa and Oregon. So I'm looking forward to see what both teams can kind of do on this new border. What are you thinking about this new border, Com?
Well, I definitely think that it's much more open now. You've got the new balcony along the passport room, I believe it's called, and then they've also pushed out the bathroom site, and it makes all the sites in border much more viable. So I think there's definitely a lot more strats and potential for flanking plays around everywhere.
True. Yeah, I have to like whenever I play it, it's like always like playing a new map is always one of those weird things, especially when it's been reworked, It's always like you think things are there and like you think that like some rotates exist. And I'm really excited to see what kind of like wacky out of the world kind of strats that these teams have for this competition, because it is 1-1 in terms of maps. So this will be essentially the map that determines which team gets pushed to map and tournament point, especially on this best of 5. So this is the third map of our best of 5, with the first map going towards Sadge in a 3-5 on Villa, and the second one going to the Green Wombats in a 5-1 scoreline. But now we move on to the bans here. What do you think are going to be the bans here, Com? What do you kind of feeling is going to be the vibe of both teams here?
Well, I think that even though border has been reworked, I feel the essence of the old map, original map, still remains. So definitely, like, particular wars are still important, such as the locker archive wall that you might have to open. But of course, on the other side, they have redone the office side, and that might change up how the top floor side is played. But I still see a normal Thatcher ban, and indeed that does come out right here. And perhaps maybe a Jackal or something, or maybe some other basic gold ban I would see. But I'm not really sure. Maybe a Nomad ban. I think it would make the defense much more interesting.
Oh, coming out strong here with the flaming already. We haven't even started the map here, Com. He's gonna absolutely call it straight away with the Jackal. My God, this man's a psychic. So, if you are such a psychic, what are your bets for this map? Who's gonna take this one, Com?
Well, I think it's very easy. It's gonna be a mirror, surely. There's no doubt. Oh no, I've lost it. I am a fake.
It's the caster's curse. Caster's curse. You set yourself up for this one. You fell right into the trap.
No, it's because Sadge is gonna ban the mirror. I played you. I had you in the first half.
Whew. I mean, obviously, because yeah, Mir and Kaid are both very, very easy bans, and yeah, you are completely right there. Sadge will defend the right to essentially have their walls pretty much clean, and they will decide to show their hatred for Spanish operators. But now moving into the first round here, we're gonna have some very, very, very fun rounds this year, and of course, as basic as the main theme, we are going to be going straight to armory, lockers, and archives. What do you kind of see the main? Well, what do you kind of see as like the main change for this site in comparison to what it was before?
Well, I feel like definitely the locker side will largely be the same since it's largely untouched. However, the office side, as I mentioned before, they have changed it up a bit. They have removed a bit of the balcony and made that into part of the defense side with the corridor, and they've also slightly rejigged how the walls face in office. There's also stairs up, which the defenders could climb up onto the cabinets up the top and get a cheeky peek outside. So this will definitely be slightly different dynamic on if they decide to do an office take. However, a locker's take, I believe, would still largely be the same.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
And
bombs as they
looking
can.
at the kind of lineup that both teams have brought, we see the double hard breach of a Thermite ace, and Thermite, Thermite's been one of my like staples as a Siege player. You put everyone who's a support main knows how good the 5.56 is. They know how much of an absolute slapping banger that Thermite charge can be, and so I'm really happy to see the Thermite being brought out, because you may have your Hibanas and your Mavericks and all that, but I really still love my boy Thermite, the OG hard breacher. And on the defense, you see a very kind of standard, nothing too generic there. They've brought the Goyo and the Malusi. Where do you think these Goyo shields are going to be placed here, Com?
I'm not really sure because I haven't seen many Goyo placements besides of course for stalling, and usually I see them being placed on the lockers to defend against the push from archives. We see Kai here setting up a Goyo, down looking over, will be able to hold the 90 angle there, and he probably will put another one maybe in the fountain or maybe just to hold the locker's entrance. And the attackers have spawned in. Hemlock has already taken the upside down rappel onto the CCTV. Got to be making contact.
Oh,
Now Snacks gets the first pick onto Dragon, taking him right out. Got to be clearing CC already. That's great for the attacking team.
and yeah, you know, the Malusi already going down. You know, for some people maybe like, ah, it's an MP5. You know, it's not like smoke. But like, that's still a lot of control that you lost there. And with 2 minutes on, with a minute only being elapsed, you know, Team Green Wombats have already started to assert their dominance over this CCTV break room wall, with Michael opening up the wall and just knowing that there is a drone, a foothold there, and he's going to bounce off that flash grenade. He's going to send another one down the middle side, and I think they may be getting ready to go for a plan. That first Goyo shield has gone down from the Zofia, and B-Nut will also get 1 or 2 snacks, so that's a refrag. That's your 8 gone from Lucy. A worthy trade on both sides. And so now we will see B-Nut also working his way around onto the new open area balcony, which actually provides him a lot of room to kind of roam around and put pressure on the attacking team here. With a minute and 15 on the clock, we see that this attack has slowed down somewhat as they look to find a bit more control and pressure in this one. And a little bit more damage goes out onto Waxy from mid, but everything seems to slow down for a bit. But as I say that, Kai would take out the thermite of Michael, putting us at a 3v4 scenario.
And we see definitely that they're trying to posture for a plant. The plant is starting to come down from Hemlock. Zexy is covering, trying to take out that person peeking from the new lock-on wall that's created there. Oh, but there's a flank from B-Nut coming out from the CCTV. He gets another one with Rudy finishing it off. Zexy somehow lands a grenade from outside, and Med is on the upside down rappel. Gets Rudy Zoo. But has started the plant, and Med is not in a position to cancel it. But no, he gets absolutely countered by Kai, jumping out from the CCTV, taking him out on the rappel, getting that clay pigeon plus 10 bonus. And that is the easiest defuse of Buttnut's life. Taking the first round is Sadge Joe.
The balls of steel to hold that defuse, especially when Zexy lobs a nade down and absolutely obliterates one of your teammates, might have been one of the scariest things that we've ever seen that B-Nut and Kai had to do. But in taking that first round, they established, you know what, you may have taken Oregon, but we're here for border and we're ready to fight back. And so as we go down to vents, we see that the mentality shift of these two teams very much has swung back in the favor of Sadge Joe.
And now we're seeing some interesting picks coming out. Kai going to be picking the Frost. Oh no, switching back to the Goyo. But Michael has stuck with the Fuse.
Ooh.
This can be very interesting. Luckily for him, there are no hostages in this game mode. But of course, there can still be some unfortunate defenders down below. And Kai is making the 6-pick switch. Maybe he'll switch to a Womai or something. Or maybe he'll stick with the Goyo. And we'll see. Oh, but he does switch back to the Frost.
Right.
Bit of a cheeky play here. If the attackers are not droning out properly, they could fall, unfortunately, to a chomp onto their legs.
And you know, you said that there may not be any objective hostages, but I bet that Fuse will hold someone. Whoever's playing inside that fence, definitely hold them hostage, because that Fuse charge will absolutely send someone flying across the room if you do not have the ability to run away. And a wonderful drone kill there, as was noted by Kai, onto the drone with the ITAS. Yeah, what's up, Com?
And another pick onto the drone from Med. 2 drones down already. This is already an edge for the defense team. And I think this is once again a pretty classic ventilation hold here. You usually want to have lockers control so that you delay the attackers from playing any vertical gameplay. Because of course the ceiling is completely wooden boards, it's soft. And with the Sledge and Zofia and Ash, there's so many soft breach options available for the attacking team to just rain fire down. But interestingly, they have left the quad wall slightly soft on far side so that they can rotate through the bathroom. And bathroom has of course been changed up a little bit, so I wonder if an extended hold like this could change up the dynamic of how the side is played.
Yeah, obviously, and looks like Green Wombats is going to take the same kind of approach. They're going to play very simply, but Zexy Rexy is going to jump into a Frost. And now, this is where all of the Piranhas come to go feast, as Dragon's looking for a root. Will get the opening kill onto Zexy there, and that is your sledge down. That is the soft breach that you wanted to open up everything. And as Zexy says, that's a bit of a chonk moment there, as now Sadge Joe can start to apply the brakes a tiny bit more in this round. As a minute down and you've got your opening kill, and you can kind of start to work your way through everything here. But a nice opening kill by the Frostman. Oh,
Defender is
oh no! So
He's a
close
bit
to missing
slow
it.
on that. Tries to go for a run out play, but luckily the person just ducked away behind the 90 corner on that balcony. Kaya drops the hatch back onto side now, maybe just getting pressured too hard from that locker's push by the attacking team. It's definitely much more difficult with that new balcony along there, which connects to break from the east air side. You can't take CCTV as easily. They're going to be dropping his utility, trying to flush. No one there. I'm not sure whether they're droning or not. Kai with the cheeky hatch peek might be able to peek someone, but the wall is reinforced, so he won't be as easily find some heads. And the attackers are definitely slowing down on this. I'm not sure why they're taking so long, especially if they should have droned it out, that they know that it's really clear, except for some frostbats. Oh, and the first bombs do rain down now. Finding nobody on that bomb site, Frost is sitting tight on the other side, completely safe from the bombs raining down. All the rest of the defenders are actually roaming, and that means that if the attackers have all the angles from the main hallway, for example, and from above, they could be able to make a plant happen.
And with a bit over 35 seconds left to go, looks like we're going to see Green Wombats go for a full sender as Kai takes a bit of damage from that breach charge there. And as D4 goes out from Drag Gren, but nothing comes off it. And now with less than 30 seconds left on the clock, now the push has to come out. You've got the Ash of Hemlock watching the main entrance door. You've got someone above watching for the vertical. And now you have the Fuse going down and making sure that everyone inside Workshop has to stay there. One smoke canister will go out. Snacks has to go for the rotate now. He's going to have to push his way through the main door. Ben takes a bit of damage here. 5v4 scenario. Med goes for the drop. He doesn't get a single kill. But and there's 3 kills on the side of Sadge Joe. Michael is able to follow one onto Kaya. But now it's going to be a full save from Sadge Joe. And the final 20 seconds will give them the round as they are able to protect those bombs from having been defused.
Wow, that was so quick. I really thought that the attackers might have been able to pull off a 20-second meta at the end there, and it just did not pan out. The defense team just were really quick to recover their positions, and the roamers falling back to site, be able to get the crucial picks. If you did notice, there was also one person flanking up east stairs. Although they did not get a pick, it was good pressure nevertheless. But unfortunately trying to make something work by dropping the hatch, and it just did not work out in the end. Oh, Hemlock here with the Amaru pick coming out. I wonder if he's actually going to stick to that, but the 6th pick does come out to the Nomad. Very unfortunate. I was hoping something interesting might happen, but not there. Might be switching off the Valk or staying on it, and they have a castle coming up, and the Valkyrie is indeed switched to Legion onto the Bathroom Tower site. Since the site has been changed, I'm really excited to see what sort of different holds that they might do.
Yeah, and like it really is kind of showing here how much this new border has changed some things in the way in which these teams have to attack it, because I think Sadge Joe taking these first 2 rounds might be a bit more indicative of the way in which Sadge Joe are playing something new, playing something different by only having Kaya on the anchor site when Michael's raining hellfire from his fuses. But now looking to this round, looks like they're going to completely close off the entirety of Bathroom and actually looking to have someone holding inside it. Most likely going to be I believe that's the Echo of Waxy, if I'm correct. Yeah, it will be the Echo of Waxy, and he's going to be holding from the back side. And, you know, with this round going to go on, we see that the Green Wombats, you know, they're starting to settle in, I feel like. They're starting to understand the map and the way it works, and they're starting to realize that you can't exactly play the way that you used to. You're going to have to change things up a bit, but looks like on the most part, this Sadge Joe defense is going to remain mostly the same with this top floor pressure here. And so now with 30 seconds down on the clock already, Med's going to start peeking his little head all the way through. He's going to see that there's no bit damage in trading in a little bit of a gunfight with Root. But that's a Jaeger for a Nomad, so very much if the Nomad loses this gunfight, the Jaeger has done a great job for the team. And a little bit of lag there.
Yes. flashes are coming out as they're trying to take east stairs. I'm kind of interested to see that this bathroom new side, I feel like it can be potentially stronger than Vance. Oh, but Zexy finds the first kill pick onto Botnut there, taking him out. That's great for the attacking team. And they're trying to trade and potentially take top floor because of course the vertical play, once again, is very important on this side. Kaya now getting defeated by Med. Gonna be having a bit of a light head, but that's alright. And they are slowly pushing it, but it has been stalled quite a bit. Michael putting down the breach charge. Oh, he does damage himself ever so slightly. Gonna be taking Zexy a double kill now on that waiting room balcony. But I'm not sure if he knows that one person is potentially in the customs entrance riding there while Waxy is peeking up the hatch, right up to find a pig. Bombs are once again raining down. Kaya is running all the way, potentially going up the middle stairs for a flank. Waxy is going to be picking the hatch, goes for the pick, downs Med, but Med is able to safely crawl away as Max is going to pull back into bathroom. Maybe take a leak as Waxy is once again getting bullets and bombs flying down. This is not great. Oh, and a Kai there slowly creeping up the middle stairs. I don't think he's been hurt. Waxy gets a headshot onto Zexy, ending his double kill streak as he's still picking the hatch once again. 50 seconds still remaining and Kai is slowly creeping up. I'm not sure the Nomad has placed any potential flanking. And the beef go off and Fuse does not hear it at all. Kai gets a free kill onto Fuse. This is completely falling apart for the attacking team, I feel, as Zoo is trying to make something work as well. On the defense side, Waxy has been down now, 30 seconds left. Rudy Zoo is on 25 HP. He's gonna have to defend against the drop, but no, all three kills come out. Met with the double kill, double headshots, and Snacks with the final finishing kill onto Zoo.
And so yeah, we see with this the first attacking round won by the Green Wombats, and looks like they will now, Sadge will now be able to play whichever side they want. They can, except for Ventham Workshop, and looks like they will go back to the Armory on this last defense round. But yeah, very much a unfortunate timing there from the side of Green Wombats, and not being able to nomad off all your rotates and all your flanks meant that Kaya was able to kill Michael, and it allows Waxy to be able to kind of a tiny bit longer there. But now as we move into Armory Lockers, we will see mostly the same kind of setup coming out from the side of Green Wombats. In terms of Sadge, I think they have decided to go with a bit more of a I think they've actually decided to go with the same lineup, but what I want to know is the way in which they think that they can hold a bit better, because as much as you can say, Com, that like that was a very good first round, you can't deny it was a bit of a lucky shot there with the runouts and everything that happened.
Yeah, definitely. But I think that the roaming play has so far worked really well for Sadge, especially you see at the end the Legion coming up and in previous rounds. However, I feel maybe they've been taking too long with the flank, going around the long way to be safe. And in that moment, the attackers have been able to collapse with the numbers advantage onto the defense team. So maybe they should try to pull back a bit more. But of course, they did win this round.
10 seconds left.
This round initially, and I think it will be a great. It will be really important for Hemlock on the Nomad to really take care of the flanks and any other claymores and utility to be used to prevent any roamers.
And you know, something that actually changed with Mute in this season that I don't think a lot of people know, is that Mute can actually jam air jabs and claymores now. And so, you know, I wonder how much of this is going to be the time to try out something new. As a former Mute main myself, or a Mute aficionado, I used to love, you know, having as a backup whenever there was a Lion around. Back when Lion used to be broken as all hell, and you know, the only trick was having Vigil or Mute around. And then Dokkaebi also got countered by Mute, and so I wonder if Tragran's gonna also carry a Mute Gemma in his pocket to be able to stop any air jabs that might come his way. But with a minute now down, or almost down out of the clock, we see that Dragran's going to be holding his offside and above the hatch. Kaya taking a lot of damage there from his own Goyo shield, as now he'll be pushed back into the behind the bomb inside Archives. Buttnuts walked his way down through the east stairs, and now he's going to be on the bottom floor in open area. Zoo's also going to be kind of hanging around the main stairs, just trying to see if there's any pressure point on 90, especially with Hemlock inside CCTV, and that second Goyo charge go out. So now with a minute 45, they've got the wall open, and that is going to be a lot of pressure that now Green Wombats can apply to this wall, as Nax will now know that there's a visual coming up, but not working his way up, and Hemlock and the rest of Team Green Wombats have to find a kind of way to get through here. 3 members are stacked up onto the CCTV door, and Hemlock's going to be on his turn at the wrong time, and will get losers. And Snacks will get the refrag just in time. But again, that is a lot of utility down from that Nomad. And now, with a minute and 17 left on the clock, the round has slowed down extremely for Green Wombats.
Wow, that's very unfortunate for Hemlock, wanting to go to esports twitch.tv to potentially stream snipe, not working out for him as he does get picked off at the wrong time. And the attack has sort of slowed down a bit, 1 minute left. It is even numbers 4-4, but the attacking team are losing drones one by one. And one person is trying to pressure from the AC window, while Waxy might slowly be pushed out of lockers. The attacking team, 3 people on the lockers, they definitely have to make something work now. Smokes are coming out as Waxy is going to be crawling through.
Oh, no,
Oh, Michael with another TK onto Snacks. Dragon gets down by Med and finished off. Michael gonna be putting down the lunchbox now, getting the plant out. Waxy going to be taken out by Zexy, who's rushing out trying to cover and does manage to cover in time. But Kaya takes out Med now. The plant has successfully gone down. It's a 2v2 situation. The attacking team are attacked quite heavily while Butner is still full HP. He does manage to finish off Zexy Rexy, and now it's all up to Michael, who has to peek it, tries to push out onto Kai, but Kai gets the kill onto Michael, and now the plant is finished off or defused by Butnut. That's very unfortunate. I feel like the attacking team made a lot of silly mistakes, especially Michael. Getting that kill through the smoke, it's just unlucky, I think. And Hemlock going on his drones at the wrong time.
Very unfortunate round there. Very much good Team Green Wombats, but now as they move on to their own defense, they'll be looking to even out the scoreboard a tiny bit more. A 1-3 scoreline is what you want to be looking at, especially when this momentum shift could very much go in the way of Sadge to take it to the map 4 and finally take the tournament. But looks like we will see oh no, I'm getting a lot of flashbacks here, especially with that line. Oh no, not with the toe and a black. Oh, it's all sorts of wrong going on here, but looks like
they're just playing with his sword.
They know my nightmares here. But yeah, what do you think about this IQ coming out here from Kaya?
I think it's definitely interesting. I personally do not like IQ because every time you're using your gadget, you're really at risk as you only have your pistol out. We see the 6-bit coming out from the Buck onto the Ying now. This is potentially a very toxic play, and the defenders have really nothing to counter it. I don't believe they switched to a mute. They don't have a vigil against that lion. They don't have a warden against the Ying. It's just very unfortunate. Maybe the IQ was played to counter any visual play, and at least now she'll be able to easily spot the Echo drones. But the Echo drones are of course visible now in the recent patches, so I think that the defense team will have a hell of a ride to come.
And yeah, especially with the kind of lineup that Sadge have actually brought out. If you look at it, they don't actually have a dedicated hard breacher. Dragran's got the hard breach secondary equipment, but you don't have an ace, you don't have a Hibana, you don't have a Thermite, you don't have a Maverick, so they are very much going balls to the walls, nothing left untouched here, especially with this line coming out. And so we will see just exactly what they decide to do here, because I think that what we're going to most likely be looking at is something that we call a full send here, as Dragren starts to drone everything a tiny bit more, trying to any kind of intel, and it looks like they're going to commit to an Archives push. They're checking for anyone on top of the wardrobe, and it looks like the rest of the team is going to start moving in with Butler pre-firing the runouts. Kaya putting down the Claymore for the other run out by Vent's window. And with this, we can see that Green Wombats is now going to have to most likely play for the retake here on the Archives window. And that's actually a nice little spot there from Waxy, something I didn't even think about because of the new changes. And Waxy's just going to be watching that and probably lob in something to, drone out, to flush out that ADS.
But that was a bit of a waste of flash because none of the attackers are ready to collapse on this. I thought that they were going to rush up because that new stair placement is going to be very helpful for that, but they see that the barbed wire and everything is there. So it would definitely be suicide to push in. and now the attack has really slowed down. I was expecting something really quick, sub 1 minute round, and Snacks is holding the AC window, trying to contest it. Going to be playing fairly safe with Michael there to back him up potentially. They have taken top east by the attacking team, and they're slowly going to be perhaps making a collapse onto office. Rudy Zoo has solo pushed into CCTV now, and the person in fountain and office can easily get collapsed on, and this can be really dangerous. You see all the drones coming out there. They have spotted the person in office. Snacks with a melee hold there. Hemlock will be proning down, getting pressured by suppressive fire, and he's going to be taken down by Rudy Zoo. Two people pushing through the double door in through office now. They're coming in, Ying's coming out, flashes everywhere. This is a nightmare for the person playing in fountain now. Snacks has to hold down the fort. He gets swung on, gets the first pick, but Rudy Zoo gets a refrag. Michael with the C4 onto Max. Zexy Rexy, another refrag back onto Rudy Zoo, and this has definitely gone the other way for the attacking team. They did not want this to happen. Now it's up to Kai and Dragon to make something work with a 3v2 situation. 40 seconds on the clock. It's slowing down slightly. The Ying throw does come out with the flashes. Surely they're going ready for a full set now. Kai's waiting for the Ying flashes coming out as Dragon comes right in. Oh, Michael was blinded completely, taken out. I don't even think he has eyes in the first place since he always TKs his teammates. But now his teammate is taken out. Sexy Rexy taking out Kai and Dragon with the final double kill.
And with that, we have a wonderful little defense coming out from the side of, I believe it is the Green Wombats. They will pick up another round. Looks like it's going to be a defender-sided map, this one. Zexy picking up a 3K with that Echo MP5 SD. And as you can tell, Zexy kind of carrying Hemlock a tiny bit. You know, nothing wrong with that. Going 7-4, almost a 2.0 KD. But on the side of Sadge, you see a bit more of a spread out, as much as it can be. Well, actually, spread out is a bit of an exaggerated word there. A very top-heavy kind of leaderboard there. But going into this next round, this is the round that Sadge Joe needs to push them to the end. And we see the same kind of lineup coming out, except for a Sledge being swapped off from the Ash. What do you think about this lineup? Oh, and a Finker off the line from Waxy. What do you think about these changes?
I'm definitely excited, because... Oh, Butna has switched to Maru. This is what we have been waiting for, Sort. I can't wait for an absolute full sand play here. There's still a decent amount of defense utility that can stall this out, of course. They have the Malusi up, they have the Aruni gates up. So if they are placed correctly where the attackers were planning to push, it can work out very well. But if not, this could go very disastrous. Maybe the defense team will have too much of a heavy road upstairs and the attackers can just collapse onto side. Or the other way, they can easily collapse onto the top floor, taking out any defenders holding top floor and just absolute raining hellfire down onto the side and just taking it.
What I think this Amaru from Buttnut's going to actually be used for is the full send into the top floor to be able to kind of get them that kind of control. Because what you're probably going to have is you're going to have Root is probably going to full send as well with Waxy, who's going to stim the entire team as they essentially gain as much control as possible. Because we can see here, you know, we still have 4 members of the defending team on the bottom floor, and that's pretty unusual for a bottom floor defense of Armory. You normally have 1 or 2 people up on top by the start of the round, and especially with a lot of utility to clear it out. Dragran's going to start droning out these east stairs and finding that there's no one there. And now he will send his team the signal that yes, it is time to go what we like to call monkey mode as the rest of the team start to push in. Root is going to start opening up the new wall, which is actually now inside, most likely. I think he's going to open up the office wall, which is now considered as inside to the map developers. Yep, that is going to be the breach charge there. And bada bing, bada boom, he's going to open up the wall and step inside the room. And so now, you have a 2-man push here of Buttnut, and I believe it is Root as well, who's going to start opening up the team as Nax begins to kind of learn and understand exactly what's going to be happening for this team. Michael is going to go down to Dragran but before that, he's going to take... Sorry, Michael's going to go down to Waxy before Dragran takes him out, and Root will follow up onto Rexy, effectively putting us at a 3v4 scenario here. And with 1:48 still on the clock, we still have a lot of potential for Green Wombats to snatch this round back from the claws of being the underdog here, especially considering the fact that Root needs to push this aggressively with the rest of his team. He needs to get and flush out the final 2 people. But in the meanwhile, Kaya is going to start opening up that toilet wall. Root is going to lose his drone, and that's going to be most likely all the intel that they need, as 3 of the members of Sadge are going to full send through defensive matchup, as Jaeger of Med's going to have to start to defend with all his life. Does he have the Ash Jaeger main skills that we would love to see in this round? Is he going to be able to do it? He does not see the person on the hatch, and that's actually going to be a huge thing because now they don't tell as the rest of Sadge begin to make their final push. They know exactly where Med is. They don't know where the other two are, but they assume they're going to be on top floor. Buttnut's going to take out Hemlock, and it's now down to a Kaya on almost 1 HP as Snacks doubles down onto Ru and Waxy onto Med, and now it's going to be a 1v3 situation, but the HP very much still in the favor and possibility of Snacks as he has the verticality, but he's not going to actually know that there's someone up there, below him. And now with 40 seconds left on the clock, 5 seconds, 4 seconds that Waxy has to hold this plant down, he's going to start pre-firing the wall. He's not going to be able to find anything. Buttnut now down less than 25 HP, but so is Snacks, and it's going to be a bit more than 40 seconds left on the clock. Impact grenade goes out, no damage coming off it. Waxy still on full HP. I don't think he has any more finger charges left, and Buttnut will give Sadge map point on border.
Wow, what? I was hoping for a much quicker round. They had the Amaru, they had the Ying, they had the Finca. It was a recipe for success. Of course, I still won the attacking round, but I am a little disappointed that we didn't see a full send as you described previously, with the Amaru going up a window, with the Ying absolutely lighting up the site, and Finca making everyone have a bit of extra health to push through. But luckily for them, they did win after all. The defense team kind of just slowly falling apart with the frags, going back and forth, but them ultimately losing the trades. And it's just unlucky because you see that the attacking team, 2 of their players were so low, 5 HP, 10 HP, a single bullet could have easily taken them out.
And yeah, especially with the way that Michael unfortunately loses his life in that trade, then Zexy gets doubled down on. You know, they were at a disadvantage at the very start, and then once control, especially on border now, once you lose a lot of that kind of pressure, then Sadge just does what Sadge needs to do, which is push. Obviously not as fast and as high octane as we might have wanted, but it was certainly there. And now they will, you know, they will forfeit going back to vents and actually go to bathroom and tellers instead. So what do you think about the changes to bathroom tellers in this new rework here, Com?
Well, I think that bathroom tellers now, the new site is definitely much stronger than it was before, because they have pushed it out now. There is no actual external wall that is pretty easy to give up previously. It's all hard walls now. The bathroom site can be easily accessed by the defense team from the soft wall or from the original doorway there. They can easily reinforce the quad wall going into workshop, and now it's just really mainly the vertical that they have to worry about and being attacked from only 2 sides of the map. So I think this is actually much stronger than the custom site now, and I think we'll definitely see a lower pick rate of customs in the future going forward.
Yeah, and so with this round, oh, actually, this is going to be pretty interesting, the way that they've actually decided to play this office, because they've actually decided to reinforce the hatch, which a lot of teams actually open up in it, and I think that's what Sadge did in order to drop down. But actually, what Green Wombats is going to do is just say, you know what, we don't even need the hatch. You have to come to us. We're going to take you out first. And as Snacks is most likely putting down his last Malusi charge, Waxy will pop his first stim. And so there we go. We have 3 or 4 members of Sadge pushing their way through customs right now, and Michael hidden behind the desk as if it's an earthquake happening or a lockdown in high school. He's going to have to hide himself behind it, and he won't be able to take out Dragon, as Dragon will pick up the first kill of this round with that Ying LMG. Hemlock still yet to find a kill this map and has died first twice this map, looking to find some opening kills here for his team. Root also looking to find something, as Med will find the refrag that the team needs onto Kaya, which is actually a very important one because that's your only hard breacher. Root, however, will double down onto Rexy, and looks like the second stim will come out from Waxy as the rest of Sadge make their final push towards site. And especially with the way that this kind of site plays, I like to think that, you know, Sadge just need to take their time and to learn where to push and just to figure out who's upstairs, who's downstairs, and then they've got this. Because a critical mistake, as you pointed out, Com, was that customs is not actually that important anymore. And, you know, having that control may seem very minor, but it can lead to a lot of different plays here. And looks like Dragren's going to open up the wall with the secondary utility, and Hemlock is just going to save his life. by not peeking that at the right time. The Ying
Oh,
charge is going to
no.
go out. Dragren's going to send it. I think so. But Hemlock's holding down tight. Here comes the M1. You see the bullets flying out. Nothing going to come over. They're hit by the spray. Nothing coming over as Dragren is on 1 HP. Starts the plant as now Snacks is going to have to find a way through. Waxy using last dim. Snacks destroying the castle barricade as Med's going to have to push. He won't be able to take out Butner, and it's 40 seconds left on the clock. Snacks gets 1. Is Snacks able to get 2? No!
Oh.
As Waxy takes down Snacks and gives Sadge Joe the second map, the third map out of 5, but their second map in this matchup as they take Border 5-2.
That was definitely a very exciting game. I feel like that last round, the defense really shot themselves in the foot by reinforcing that critical hatch on site. Because as you saw there, the attacking team didn't even bother trying to contest for that vertical advantage. And instead, they just went for the workshop wall, breaking it open, sending the Yings in, and just flooding into bathroom, managing to take out any people hiding there and just collapsing onto site. Snacks couldn't really make anything work since he has to rotate out. The castle barricades not doing him justice either, and it just didn't work out. I think if the defense team had maybe more vertical holes where they could look through, and they also had options to return back to site, it could have definitely gone potentially their way.
But yeah, we will probably be jumping to a quick little break here, and we will be back with map number 4, which I believe is going to be sorry, let me just quickly pop it up. It's going to be Consulate, so that's going to be an absolute banger of a map. So hold tight, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back very shortly. Welcome back, everybody, to the UNSW Esports Club Casual League, and we have the finals here between Green Wombats and Sadge Joe. I am Sport, your caster, and I'm joined by Com. How are you feeling after that absolute, I can't say that word on stream, but that absolute mess of a border map?
I don't think it was that messy. You got to give them a break since it was just reworked. Only 2-3 weeks out.
Fair enough,
Uh,
fair enough.
It was definitely interesting. I was hoping for some more fun plays, but there weren't as many as I hoped for.
And yeah, so as we are about to jump into the fourth map, which is Consulate, in which we have Sadge Joe on a 2-1 lead, what are you kind of expecting that these teams will bring out in that is different from Border Consulate compared to Border? What do you kind of think is going to be the main difference here, Com?
Well, I think Consulate has been around for quite a long time. So I feel like both teams definitely know what's up on Consulate and what's important. And we've seen in the past year that the meta in picking the defense side has shifted away from the top floor hold, because top floor is just absolutely atrocious for the defense team. After they start losing ground, they just start to lose everything. There's so many windows as well, especially onto side and connector windows to cut everyone off. So I'm definitely excited to see the defense team bring out on split, lobby, and basement, which I think are definitely much better sides compared to top floor.
Yeah, no, I have to kind of agree here. As we see that right now, Sadge breaking out banning the Jackal. We're probably going to see a mirror ban here. No, they were actually swapped to the Kaid ban this time, as the Thatcher ban stays from Green Wombats. But yeah, I have to agree with this kind of top floor assessment. I really hate playing I hate playing console in general. I'm gonna be honest with you, Tom. Every time I play console, whether it be in ranked or in a comp or in a scrim, it's just as if like everyone's spawn peeking radar gets turned on, and looks like Lion's radar gets turned off because Vigil is going to be banned by the team of Green Wombats. But you know, I really don't. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't like this map. I think this map is not fun to attack as a support player because it is just pain and torture. And on defense, there's about 1,000 things you need to cover. But moving into this first round, we have the defense side of Green Wombats picking Cafeteria. And would you play Cafeteria over the lobby sites, Com?
Definitely. I think basement side is something that the defense team feels a bit more safe and comfortable on. There's not as much stuff to worry about, but of course it can definitely really turn very quickly. But I feel like it's just sort of a safe option that they can pick, something more comfort. And we see that Dragon here is coming out with the Kali to replace the Thatcher ban. There is no Maverick trick coming out because playing Maverick, getting that triple wall open is definitely very dangerous. You always need someone to cover the feet holes that you are making, since the defense team love to peek at it. So Kali will be able to almost guarantee that the triple wall gets opened up and be taking out the bandit charges there. Of course, they can also always take Piano to play some vertical and easily take out the bandit charges from there as well.
Yeah, and I think as well with what you said about Maverick tricking, something that's very... You know, with most other war... there's often like a place that you can fall back. So I'm thinking like Clubhouse, right? You can rappel while you do the wall, or you can drop off platform. You know, if you're in Oregon, attic, easy peasy, you just walk out of the way of these stairs. And I'm trying to think about other ones I would see. It's like Border, you could probably walk out the balcony. But Consulate is the one where you really don't have that many places to go to, especially on that free holes. And that's why, you know, Dragran, who played pretty well in the Ying last map, is going to be on the Kali here, going to get those MLG quick scopes for his compilation clips here, as we see a little bit damage coming out from onto Hemlock from the lances of Dragran, and looks like they won't be able to get the wall in time, and that's going to be a huge problem here.
Hemlock wish if he had his AORUS H1 headset to be able to pick the right side of the wall to ban a trick, but unfortunately he did not. Butnut has already taken into Piano now, going to be pushing right through, but the hatch is open, so he is notified that someone such as Snacks is potentially playing upstairs. Michael is crouching down slowly onto yellow, and Butnut is unaware of this, which can be very unfortunate if a flank were to occur at this moment. Hemlock is taken down, 25 HP. I'm not sure from where, but he is now going to be prone. Dragon just raining down with that very loud sniper rifle, going to be making the defenders cowering on the ground.
And something that's really great about the sniper rifle that Kali has is that you can really see a lot of those tight angles. You know, normally if you've got a 1x, or if you've got the really horrible holo truck like holographic, right? Sorry, the Cybertruck holographic, you know, it's really hard to see down into cafeteria where a lot of people play bullet holes, punch holes, those kinds of things. But with that Kali 12x scope, that is the cleanest and clearest and freest kills you'll ever get. As Butnut starts to send his way down the yellow stairs, as there's going to be one in cafeteria, he's going to pre-fire it. Yes, he'll get the kill. Wonderful stuff there from the Ash onto the Bandit. While the Bandit's charge may have been lost, the MP7 and possibility are now off the board. With a minute left on the clock, we have Root, Zoo, still kind of holding down time, holding down the angle, as someone's going to be peeking from yellow stairs, and Butnut's not going to be able to respond as Snacks gets fragged onto the Ash, and now that's 2 main fraggers that you've lost, and Michael's starting to push his way up, and this is where the real problem starts, as Kaya is going to start the plant. 3 seconds left. He's going to get down to the smoke, and Root will be able to get a refrag onto Snacks, but the diffuser is dropped down by the white band. Dragran starting to pre-fire with that SMG in hand, but nothing coming of it. Med, a bit less than 50 HP, 30 seconds left on the clock, as Michael goes down to the LMG of Zoo. And now with 25 seconds left, it's a smoke and a foul. 2 very potent operators, but there are no smoke canisters left from the smoke of Zexy. It's going to be a full push here. Med's not going to be able to take out the person by white band. Second time goes around, yes he will. That's Dragon Gone. He's going to get the reload in time, and there's a second.
15 seconds to go.
And it's a 1v2 situation. As Root gets one to Med, it's a 1v1 scenario. Oh my god, can he get it? Yes, he can!
Rudy's new with the absolute clutch of the century. Med putting up a valiant effort, really stopping that diffuser from going off. Gonna be proning there behind the white van, taking out both players. Unfortunately, I feel like maybe he shouldn't have peeked. He was getting a bit greedy, hoping for a nice clip. And Rudy Zoo just denying it to him, instead taking it for himself.
Oh. My god, what an absolute barn burner of a round for round number 1 of map 4. This is something you normally see in like the overtime, but here on Consulate, you bring the LMG and it just goes to town. And you know, that was almost a salvaged round from Zexy, but unfortunately, I think the FG11 on that smoke, you know, recoil bug be damned. I don't think he was able to land his final shots there. A valiant effort from people like Med, you said, but they will go back down to cafeteria once again. So what do you think they're going to change this time about cafeteria?
Well, I think that maybe they want to pull back the roamers a bit more, but I feel like Snacks did make a great contribution taking out Ash, who was unsupported on that yellow stairs hold. Perhaps they need to play a bit safer. I think they've maybe been pushing their luck a bit too much, because Rudy Zoo has definitely been turned on this round. They've unleashed their menace, and the defense will have to be a bit careful on who they want to peek.
Yeah, I think like bringing the LMG as well with Zofia on is like Rudy Zoo is like by far like something that you don't normally see in Pro League or in comp games. You know, you see like often people bring the M762, which is like in of itself a really, really good gun. But the LMG to able to hold down M1 and just go to town is what allowed Sadge Joe to be able to take that first round on the board. And so moving into the second round, we have a same kind of setup. Michael going for a opening up of the CEO window here, going to put a bit of spook and fear into the side of. Oh wow!
Mouse one by Rudy Zoo showing us how it is done. Spraying hell and fire into the lobby, but luckily no defenders were caught or hurt in that commotion. Well, Michael there's playing on top spiral stairs, proning. He's gonna be trying a really tight angle there, right under the nick of that statue there. Got a nice view all the way through the lobby. He might have seen a pixel or something. Oh, and he does. He does. He is notified. He is ready to pull the trigger. But if Michael does get drawn out, this could be very dangerous for him. Hemlock is supporting him on the teller side while Snacks is upstairs. So he's in a pretty good position. He goes for the fire, sees the pixels change color, but does not react in time. And the defense, the attacking team are surely notified. Oh, is the bathroom hatch left soft? I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. It could be very bad. Dragon tries to go for the peak, does not manage to find the head. Oh, but takes out Red. Absolutely getting destroyed by that 50 caliber rifle. I'm not sure how many calibers. I'm sure it's 50 at this point.
Well, it's definitely more than 50 that's gone through the head of Med, because my oh my, put that in the clip, put that in the montage. That's a wonderful opening kill
That
there.
is a nice ass as well, if I have to say.
But wonderful stuff there. Med once again on the floor, unable to do anything in this round. And now it is a 4v5 situation. And Hemlock is now kind of trapped in this tail side because Rudy Zoo is with that LMG going to be able to just pre-fire every single angle that he needs. You can already see the bullet trails that have been put on the spiral stairs as Hemlock is going to start creeping around here, trying to hold down, trying to wait. And it looks like you're right there, Com. They have left the bathroom hatch soft, and that's going to be really, really helpful for the team. As Dragren gets ready, most likely to send it all the way through.
Oh.
But not the Ash. And wow, that was actually a really cool clean cut from Pinata. And looks like we're going to have the mute bug, but no worries. We are not muted, ladies and gentlemen. The game is. And that's all right, because with 40 seconds left on the clock, I'm going to have to take it away, Com.
Indeed, and now they're pushing Max with the frag nade coming out, maybe trying to get some, and the frag nade is lobbed out, but the smokes are completely stopping Dragon from getting the plant down. The ace has not been properly placed at the right height, so the attacking team have to actually vault through, which is not advantageous for them. Oh, once again, Hemlock this time instead of Snacks going for the flank on yellow onto Buttnut. That's very unfortunate. I feel like the attacking team have definitely misjoined this, allowing that to happen twice in a row. Kaya sending it in, but is down. Not unable to go down. Once again, Rudy Zoo on that yellow. Oh, but Rudy Zoo stopping with another triple kill. Gotta be spraying all hell, but gets taken up on Michael right at the end. Oh, the Michael downs Kai, but Rexy with the shotgun play takes him out.
Oh.
Rudy Zoo a bit too aggressive on that, trying to catch the person behind the shield.
Oh. And looks like we need to take a second just to rehost because of the mute jammer bug. But my oh my, Com. 2 rounds. In 2 rounds, we've already seen just absolute pandemonium.
Absolute chaos in the last 30 seconds or so. This is why I love casting Siege.
My heart can't take this, I thought casting on a day-to-day basis would prepare me for this, but it never really does, especially when you have teams like this going for the full 100% send all the way through to side. Very unfortunate that we had that technical issue with Gemma bug, but I just want to compliment our observer, Pinata, who made like the really cool hard cut. I'm not sure how many people caught that on,
I know.
but who made the really cool cut from, I believe it was Dragren's drone all the way to Kyle, which I was like really like stunned by. But unfortunately, I think that might have contributed to the. I think that might have contributed to the game absolutely just committing seppuku on itself. So hopefully we have to go to a break here. Do you have any final thoughts before we move to the break here, Com?
Well, I think it's very unfortunate that we have to cut the action short because those first 2 rounds already were so jam-packed. And from my experience, rehost kind of really just ruins the flow of the game. So I do hope that it does not, of course, and Rudy Zoo is indeed on the top currently, with dropping 7 kills, absolutely carrying his team so far, doing the heavy lifting. And of course, I must congratulate Chris Pinada for that intentional mute bug. It did look very good. I think it's a clip. And now we will go for a short break and we'll be right back, hopefully unmuted.
Welcome back, everybody, to the UNSW Esports Club Casual League Finals between Green Wombats and Sadge Joe. We just had a very unfortunate mute bug as a result of some wonderful observing from our observer Panada. But now we are back onto round 3 of map 4, in which we have these two teams. I am Sword, and now I've got my mic fixed. So to everyone in the chat, probably going to be like, "Oh, why is your mic so broken? Yada yada yada." I've got it fixed now. Turns out I was screaming at too high of a pitch, so noise suppression kicked in. But now we've got that fixed, and I am joined by Com. How you doing, Com? How you feeling after the break?
Well, considering if you're screaming that loud, is that noise suppression really a problem for our ears?
Yeah, looks like it might have been. I think Discord might have been looking out for the audience on that one.
Indeed. But now we're starting now into round 3
Attackers need to
of
locate
this
and defuse
very
the bomb.
volatile match. And the Aruni gate is coming up by Michael now. And they have actually gone for the top floor play this time. Definitely very
Ooh.
interesting. I think the Aruni gates maybe on the windows can be quite a problem for the attacking team. But if the attack is organized in the windows they repel on, they can easily lock off this consular office where the attackers can make a plant opportunity. Michael on the Aruni demonstrating his prosthetic arm in punching open the rotate. And on the attacking team, Dragon on the Docker B with the DMR, no boss G coming out unfortunately. An outside can gonna be throwing out by
Attackers'
Med
objective is to locate a bomb
onto the
and
gas
defuse
station
it.
spawn. It might get spotted out. Rudy's
Oh no!
was that a spawn kill onto Mike? Oh no, Michael with an attempt to spawn kill or maybe placing down an Aruni gate. Unfortunately, his head just getting taken out on that meeting balcony. That is very... on the connector, unfortunate. That is unlucky for Michael. I provide my condolences to him. But Rudy's picking up that first kill in so early into the round is definitely very huge and a big morale boost. And Med now gonna hiding down in basement, checking his cams. Snacks ready to make the play. Impact hole into bathroom rotate. Gonna be sitting there tight. Hemlock crawling down the Visa stairs, and Max has pushed into Visa now. A ping does come out onto the Visa stairs, and he is ready to act on that information, but Hemlock has crawled right back up with a pre-fire. And you see here, once again, Hemlock has to keep watching for these angles. It's very dangerous. Butner with another pick onto Zexy Rexy, and Med has left the game. This is horrible for the defense team. 3 people down, and now it's just Snacks and Hemlock trying to hold the fort in a 2v5 situation. I'm not sure Docker B has ringed yet, and this can be very fatal if the rings do come out. And the first ring does come out. Hemlock has to go back on his phone, and there is no phone in sight as he's gonna be taking it out. A flash is coming out, and the Wombats does save him. He's panicking as getting shot from all sides, getting grazed slightly. Gonna be hiding behind that bomb site. Stack's gonna be locking off the yellow stairs with more dudes, but he's getting collapsed on.
Oh my
3
God,
people pushing him. Wax gets down. Unfortunately, he can't finish it off with the re-peek. And now it's all up to Stacks to try and clutch this in a 1v3 position. Hemlock is slowly bleeding out, and it's gonna be finished off now.
Oh no! And there goes one. And it looks like it's gonna be all up to Snacks now. He's gonna start pushing in through the connector. Is he able to get one? Yes, he is! Can he make it 2 now as the ace comes swinging on by? But it's not gonna happen as Kaya takes out Snacks, giving the attack their next round. And looks like we'll just have a bit of a technical swap in a tiny second.
Unfortunately, another technical difficulty arriving on Consulate. But luckily, Ubisoft has implemented a fix so we don't have to rehost the lobby. And Panada will be able to act on his emergency powers of pausing the game timer for us. And Med is actually back now just in time, so I believe we can unpause and we can continue just checking to make sure that no further disconnections can happen.
And so yeah, looking at that round, what an absolute cluster. I can't use the other words, but Hemlock almost being able to spray down 2, 3 people in that round almost provided the kind of substance that Green Wombats needed in order to take that round back. But now, as we move on to the last round of defense, we have CO once again. So it looks like they said, you know what, Michael, please don't die straight away. Please don't die straight away. Med, can you please not disconnect? And Hemlock, please hit your shots. And so
Well, I
with a lot of
think
pleading,
I think
we might be
Hemlock might have just been panicking, seeing 3 people squeezing in through the Visa. He
Also
did
very
manage to
true.
take one out and down the other, and I think maybe just the body just blocking all the bullets, so the last person can make it out alive to get the
Attackers
refrag
need to
off.
locate and
I can
defuse as
definitely
many
imagine
bombs as they
Snacks
can.
screaming at Michael, calling him out for being stupid and dying so early, and Michael is just laughing in the background.
And yeah, so now Michael will be opening up the rotate into the longer section now and popping down those Surya gates. Those Aruni gates are really, really powerful and they have a lot of different uses. Some say, you know, it's a great utility burner because, of course, if you have to throw a smoke grenade, you know, that removes a possible smoke from either Dokkaebi or Ace in this case, or even an Ash charge. But you know what I think is actually a really interesting way
Attackers'
to
objective
use
is to locate a bomb and defuse
Surya
it.
gates? It's to use them as bandits or as Kaids. And I really hope that one of these teams brings it on because it's a really wonderful way to actually manage things and force people back. But
Rudy's
that will come
picking
later.
in that connector, hoping for a second kill onto Michael, but I think Michael has learned his lesson. So he wants to get that pick off. I think I kind of dislike a Renegades as a defender because I find myself when I have to push something and there's an Aruni gate in the way, it's a very obvious cue for the attacking team if I'm nearby to make the push, since it just turns off like that. And I think that's definitely the double-edged sword from the Aruni gates.
Yeah, no, I have to agree with you there on that one.
Attackers
Like,
have
you
located
do
a
have
bomb.
to put them in spots where you know you're not going to be peeking really close, and Snacks is going to prep an impact nade. He throws one out on another ping, but that ping is absolutely all kinds of off, and now there's a giant hole in the middle of the floor that Waxy must be looking at, thinking, what the hell just happened here? As if he was Ant-Man in the Avengers Endgame. But now, as we move to a minute down on the clock, we have Buttnut up on top in the copier room, and he's just going to hold a tight angle to make sure that no one comes swinging on by to try and take out Root Izu. And looks
But I
like
think
it's
Snacks there, with that impact, I think making himself just known to the attacking team that he is on the roam makes him more careful because they have to flush them out. Dokkaebi with the phone call coming out, Hemlock hopefully got his phone in hand to actually turn it off this time. Rudy Zoo is sending it right in, taking out the Capcan trap, pre-fire down into bottom Visa. The ace charge is coming out, Med not quite noticing what is happening. Rudy Zoo going for the swing, going to be taking out Med with the first pick. Snacks probably has to rotate back to side now, and he is up there. Dragon is still outside the map as Snacks is proning, hopefully trying to lock off Kaya, who is pushing down onto that long desk area. But instead he's going to be pushing onto Visa now. Michael with that cheeky bullet hole angle, does not find anyone. Kaya somehow gets a plant off. Hemlock is downstairs for some reason as Buttnut gets sprayed through the window, and Zexy getting another kill, and Rudy Zoo getting another pick. This is absolutely disastrous for the defense. But Hemlock manages to find Waxy downstairs, but he has to make something work. But Dragon is still somehow outside the site, has not entered the building at all for some reason. I guess it did work out for him. And Snacks once again has to try clutch this out, but all these angles everywhere. And I see once again, I'm not sure why they keep trying to go for the top floor hold, because once you start losing ground on the top floor, you start to lose very quickly, because there's just too many angles to watch trying to retake, and it just does not go well at all.
And yeah, looking at the way in which things have been done these past 4 rounds, it has been 3 attack and 1 defense round. So now, on the flip side, what are we going to see here? We're going to see the Cafe hold. And you know, that makes a lot of sense because both teams are going to run the Cafe one first. But do you think we're going to see something on quite the same level of chaos as we saw in coming out from Sadge's attacks comp?
I definitely think, but maybe not to the same extent, because they don't have Rudy Zoo on their team first of all, so they can't make that play. But of course, Hemlock is actually going to be on the line this time, so they do have some potential to flush out roamers to try and collapse on. They're going to be switching off the Nomad onto the Zephyr. Very interesting. I guess they're not going to be trying to maybe take too long holding objectives, because I don't believe they actually brought a hard
Attackers need
breach
to locate and
at
defuse
all.
as many
Oh no, they
bombs as
did. They brought
can.
Snacks, but they don't have anything to counter bandit tricks, so that means
Bomb
they
located
have to
by
take
attackers.
the piano above so that they can shoot the bandit charges from below. Dragon with the mute as well, just for some assured denial of the ace charges.
So yeah, looking now at what the utility of the attacking and defending sides, bro, we see Michael with the 0 pick, which I think is like a very underrated pick with these 4 cameras. Of course, those
10
cameras
seconds to
suck absolute ass in terms of putting them on like a wall near sight, but I think they become
5
kind of a
seconds remaining.
different type of nomad where you gain a lot of utility and information about people around the
Attackers are
site.
heading out to
So now we
defuse
will
a
see
bomb.
the way in which Green Wombats begin their attack here. Zexy is going to start spraying down the double door at the front as the rest of Green Wombats push from this west side here. Waxy still making his way down, and the Lion Charge is actually going to spot out the Miro, who falls back.
What
just
is Michael
in time.
shooting at? He has 0 eyes, I swear. There's
Oh,
nothing
0
to
eyes,
see
'cause he's
there.
playing 0. Am I right? Am I right? Playing
Yes,
0.
you got it. Congratulations.
Yeah, but looks
Oh,
like
but who doesn't have 0 eyes? This Mirror, but with 0 aim, can't quite take out the drone, but does manage to do it in the end. The mirror band did not actually come out on this map, so it's very great that Waxy is actually using this advantage now. And he is able to easily see what the attacking team are doing, and it's probably going to make Bandit tricky much easier. Med is going to be blowing open the piano wall, piano.
Oh, no!
Kai pulling through with the C4 play, taking himself out. Collateral Kai once again at it. Rudy Zoo getting a pick onto Med at least, so that's a real target to take out to himself. And the ace charges are coming out on the whole wall, getting it open.
located by
Lion
attackers.
scan coming out once again to maybe take some more ground. Oh, Stacks manages to narrowly avoid dying as he tries to counter against Bloodnut with that precision aim, which does not actually find him this time. But Bloodnut's eyesight's pretty good in this game. He has gotten some very nice pixel peeks. Zexy Rexy, oh, is that a Nitro coming out? Almost taken out, but Zexy Rexy is on 25 HP, still okay, still going fine. As now Rudy Zoo's contesting, and it does manage to down Zexy Rexy, so I guess that Nitro coming out from whoever did do really lasting damage. And now Zexy's gonna be crawling out as Hemlock managed to get the pick back onto Rudy Zoo. Bloodnut with the pick onto Michael. It's an absolute mess with the 3v3 left. There's still 1 minute.
And yes, with 1 minute remaining, you know, you got almost the entirety of this first floor being absolutely torn to shreds. Zexy with less than 25 HP. And as you said before, you know, Root absolutely able to down Zexy, but not able to finish him off, with Hemlock coming through on the Lion. But it looks like Lion has used all 3 charges, and with 40 seconds remaining, Snacks has just been posting himself up. And the feet, the OnlyFans are coming out, but Hemlock is able to get a second kill here onto Buttnut, and now with 30 seconds remaining, it's kind of swung back in the favor of Green Wombats. Zexy still on a lot of low HP here, less 25, as Dragon snipes the ever-living daylights out of Hemlock, a 2v2, and now Dragon's going to follow up onto Snacks. Now a 1v2, Zexy going to have to play out of his mind here with the L85 and that 2.5 times ACOG scope. He's going to start peeking things, but can he actually make it work? Pre-firing the mirror, jumping in, nothing left, 8 seconds ago. SMG-11 against SMG-11, white peak, Dragon, ring around the Rosie, Dragon not going to be able to see someone, C4 comes out, and it will land, giving Sadge Joe map point, match point, tournament point com.
This is getting down to the wire. Green Wombats are definitely pressured because they have to win this map if they want a chance to win those AORUS H1 headsets that I've been banging on about.
And yeah, as you can probably see in the Twitch chat, we have those buy-ins to know what you're winning, and they are going to be winning 5 of the H1 gaming headsets, and those gaming headsets are top of the class, top tier headsets.
Top tier headsets at $80, I believe, retail price.
I mean, hey, top tier, what we can afford and provide here at UNSW Esports, but we're all here because we love playing Rainbow Six Siege at the end of the day. And so, you know, with what could be tournament point here for Green Wombats, they need to start thinking about how they want to attack this. And as I say that, Sadge Joe decide to go for a full send. They've brought out the Ella, they've brought out the Doc, they've got a Jaeger. They're looking to close this game out as fast as possible with as many frags as possible.
Yes, they've got intel denial with the Mute and Mozzie, as well as really great fragging operators. So I think they're definitely wanting to close this out very quickly. Now Zexy Rexy got to be on the line this time, going to be showing Hemlock how it's done potentially. Med on the sledge, I'm not exactly sure, but I guess it's alright. And Snacks on that ace, going to be opening the meeting wall potentially if they're going for an admin push. But it seems like I've been proven wrong once again. I was banging on about top floor not being that great. And instead it seems that Sadge
10
Joes
seconds
have
to
opted
insertion.
for the top floor hold.
I think it's because they might see the
5
way in
seconds
which
to insertion.
Green Wombats have been playing as a bit more of a passive one, and one where they don't really take the
Attackers are
gunfights.
moving
So
out
you know,
to
playing
locate
that top
bomb and
floor
defuse it.
isn't the worst of their fears, and I think that makes a lot of sense for the way they want to play it. As we now swap to Zexy Rexy, who is going to talk about the sniper of the Mozzie and Root. Root is going
Rudy
to-
Zoo is going to be making first contact potentially against Zexy Rexy. He's holding a fairly tight angle into the towers jumping, but Zexy Rexy values his life, so he's not going to contest it at all. And Rudy Zoo is just left there hanging. Very unfortunate for him. He was hoping for a date with Zexy, but it did not come to fruition. And now the flashes are coming out. Maybe they're going for a really quick CEO take, but all the utility is burned, but they're not really on the windows to get. Oh, but man gets a great pick, opening pick onto Dragon with the Lion scan coming out. I think the attacking team are still posturing on the windows. The blood surely rushing to their heads. Not gonna be great for them.
located
But
by
no,
attackers.
trying to spray the floor, getting out his gadget ready. Maybe trying to attempt some Jaeger tricking. A first of its kind that we see tonight. As Snacks is on that bathroom repel. Kaya's coming up yellow now, returning to site. But not very lucky that the bomb sites are definitely now solid with no holes in them. So that is definitely safe cover. Buck creating more pressure on that connector window, and Med's still sitting on that CO window. Michael gonna be getting it off now, but Snacks is deciding to jump right in, taking bathroom
Oh, no.
for a quick toilet trip, and he's gonna be peeing
Oh,
all
no.
over Doc, taking Kai out. Great urination coming out as the line scan coming out once again. Rudy Zoo on the top spiral. Waxy trying to hold the fort down. Coming over to long death. Rudy Zoo with the pick onto Med, but the smokes are coming out, locking off the sightlines. Red pings are going out. Red active pings. They have not taken out the default. Flashes are coming out as well. Max tries to go for a C4. I'm not sure that's going to land anywhere. Absolutely blows nothing and is locked down once again by the line
Attackers are
scan.
activating the
Snacks
bomb
with the
diffuser.
plant down. This is critical. The yellow people standing up on the yellow, trying to contest into long death. Michael with that really deep play position. Sexy Rexy laying the bullets down. Michael with the close flash as he goes for the reload now. 28 seconds ticking on this diffuser. Another flash going out, absolutely stalling out Max, trying to win this 1v5 or 1v4. And it's just not looking good on that Black Ice SMG. And now he's going to pull the shotgun, but no one's stupid enough to push him. And he's just going to save Katie as the timer ticks down. And there's no way for the defense team to win this round at all. Oh, but Hemlock wants the KD. He's going to go for the push. Waxy is challenged. Oh, you're approaching me. Hemlock is an absolute pussy. I can't believe he didn't push that at all.
Successful.
That was unfortunate. A stale ending to what was a great ascent by the attacking team.
Wonderful stuff there from the side of the Green Wombats there. Just to decide, you know what? Snacks, I think, had the biggest impact in that round because Kaya has his back pretty much facing and like open to the Ace, and Ace just absolutely walked over, giving Green Wombats the ability to just finish and finalize what they need to do. And so
Yeah.
now we will have another pause once again because it looks like someone might have internet issues. Siege, a
I think we
game
do
which-
need I think we need a big pause after that exhilarating round. I really love that Snacks opening up with that first rappel into the building, signaling to his team that enough is enough. They gotta send it because it is what is expected of them, and they made it absolutely work for them. Great attempt by Butner to try and hold that CEO office, but as you can see, it's just so easy to collapse on it. He's basically stuck there playing a suicide position, and if he can't get a pick off, his life is basically forfeit as the attacking team collapses.
and looks like they'll go down to lobby this time in what could be possibly they will have to in what might be the final round, but we said that last time as well. So it looks like Sadge Joe just need to close this round out. They can't run the dock on the Ella anymore, and they have to start playing a bit seriously. With the rest
Defenders,
of the
protect your
with the
bombs from
rest
being
of
defused by
the
attackers.
teams, we have with Green Wombat, we have to think about the fact that Snacks is now pulling his weight as a
Bomb
support
located by
character, something not
attackers.
exactly seen here. I think the reason why his game had a bit of, we had to pause it for a tiny bit, was because Siege couldn't understand the fact that a support player would run in and frag out like that. But now with this final round or this possible final round once again kind of coming out, we see the possibility for something to really, really happen here.
10
Can
seconds to
Green
go.
Wombat sneak back this round and give us something wonderful? Because you know
5
what I
seconds
think
to
is
insertion.
wonderful, Com?
What is?
Map number 5. That's exactly what I
Attackers are
think we
moving
want to
to
see.
Map
defuse the
number
bomb.
5. I don't think
Oh,
we've ever seen a map number 5 in the history of Casual League. And now the
yeah.
attacking team has spawned out. Snacks there with some great vaulting
Attackers
action,
have
picking
located
up
a
the
bomb.
drone. They have found the bomb. Great play, absolutely amazing. And now they're going to be taking the top windows once again. And this is why I hate the top floor. There's too many windows to watch out for. And luckily, the defense have decided, you know what? We're not going to make the same mistake as going top floor twice or 3 times in a row. Mute Jammer does get spotted out by Med. Luckily, it does not get caught with a quick observer transition for a mute bug. And Max is going to be proning down with the shotgun at the ready. Maybe he'll face off Hemlock this time, but I'm not sure where Hemlock is at all. No one is actually pushing from admin side, so he's just sitting there lying. Hemlock, meanwhile, is on the drone, not even in the building yet.
Oh, he
But now
wins
with
that!
the run out onto Michael, absolutely disastrous for Green Wombat, who needs that numbers advantage. Which is very crucial for them, especially on match
Oh
point. But Partner
no!
with a second kill onto Med, this is not looking good for Green Wombat. I don't have much hope for them at all. But not sitting tight on yellow stairs. He can play safe, of course. Snacks here, the support player, might be able to go for the send and show us what he is made of. The line scan is coming up. Butner is sitting tight on yellow stairs. Default cam is pinged out. That is true. You do need to take them out. Oh, a drone goes for show as Buttnut is droned out and he's going to be falling back. Oh, but Fruity Zoo is going to be holding the fort onto the side still as Buttnut is maybe making the flank, but no, he's got to go down the basement instead. Hemlock actually misses Buttnut. That's very unlucky timing here. Stragon is holding in piano, waiting for Hemlock to push in. He's not going the right way. Max has taken out Zexy Rexy, but Hemlock does take out Dragon. It's a 2v4, not looking good. Hemlock not looking where he's going. Butner with the revenge kill on that yellow stairs from probably 3 rounds ago. And Snacks going for a Hail Mary attempt onto Max. Max taken so low, but Max with that final shotgun kill takes it out. And the Sadge Joes are in fact not Sadge, but Happy Joes, as they have won the Casual League for Term 1 of UNSW, winning those AORUS H1 headsets sponsored by Gigabyte AORUS.
What a wonderful finals we've had today. I think that is a map well deserving to be called the final map, and I think that is one in which we really saw two teams kind of dueling it out here. Um, and so for the final scores here, we see a 3-5, 5-1, 2-5, 2-5. So it looks like Sadge. And okay, you know what? I'm gonna say this right now. Even though the score lines may look as if Sadge Joes weren't able to take it, Green Wombats weren't able to put a lot of pressure. I still think personally that very much the case that it was a very, very close match. What do you think, Com?
I definitely think it was very close. So many times it comes down to the wire of that plant going down, or the attackers winning, or the defense managing to push the attackers out at the last minute. And I'm very happy that there weren't really it wasn't exactly a stomp over from one team, and it was definitely very exhilarating to watch it all the way to the end.
Mm. Yeah, and so, with that kind of final 3-1 scoreline, we conclude the UNSW Esports Club R6 Casual League for Term 1, as you said, Com. It's been a wonderful pleasure to be casting here today with everyone, having fun, kind of vibing out, and having an absolute asthma attack slash heart attack every time that we would ever go to the final 1v1 that we saw in the first 2 rounds of this map. But thank you to everyone who came out to watch, especially from the production and broadcasting team here. I know that it took a lot of time and effort for everyone to organize this, especially from our end, and to make sure that everyone was kind of on time and things like that. So big kind of congratulations to the team and also to everyone who was watching for kind of coming out and sticking along for the ride.
Definitely a great turnout indeed, as you mentioned, because we have 28 viewers right now. Definitely
Sheesh!
quite high. You're popular, sort of bring in those numbers.
I do what I can. I do what I can, but it's all you. I think it was the dynamic duo of you and me, Com. Um, but yeah, very very fun cast today, and I think one of the fun casts, one of the more fun casts I've ever had casting in competitive Siege. But you know, everything must come to an end, and unfortunately, this is the end for us. But do you have any final kind of closing comments, Com?
Uh, I think everyone did very great. It was amazing to watch. Definitely a pat on the back for everyone involved. Uh, it was a bit of a choppy start with a few disconnects and subbing ins. And there were, of course, as usual, siege bugs along the way. But I think we made it through relatively with half a ship remaining and managed to make the landing. And I think it was very good. Uh,
So, yep. Thank you very much from everyone from the UNSW Esports Club, and we will see you hopefully very, very soon. But until then, have a good night, and I hope to see you soon.
Bye.